delicious adult beverage. Make sure I'm ready.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, fucking. God hits the spot like fire.
So, would anyone like to tell us what happened last time?
3 hours of robot dating and tantric sex. It was awesome.
Isn't that like a double connotation word there? Tantric is sex.
Yeah, but at least in English that applies to specifically like particular forms of sex.
And considering the way that you had boner fun times was by essentially jacking your whatever it was for the simulation of sensation into Jeremy's port and then just had some fun. I think that was really quite closely the equivalent of a tantric sexual maneuver. It was impressive.
Opened his mind to something that his body was never designed for, and he will not be able to relive.
Well, unless, I give them some nanobots and let that slowly build on him.
That's not how that works.
Is it not?
You can't tell them to do that.
No, but they can't survive because he has his own magical core now, doesn't he?
Don't get Jeremy robot pregnant with your nanobots, Hedrah.
Yes, do that. Do exactly that.
No, Robo STD starts converting to an actual android.
Robot STD, oh my god.
Oh, that should have been the one with the atomic like thingy jig. Oh,
in the background there.
Oh, did you post?
This is why you screen your gifts before you post.
I know which one I grabbed, but then I did a different one.
I was expecting the cat to go on a journey, but it just sat there. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, in a way, the fact that it didn't do the journey is almost better.
You just wait to put it.
You're waiting for the fucking. You're waiting for it to happen. The
prophecy is true.
The prophecy.
Yeah, that's like the prophecy one. It just doesn't
happen.
happen.
I love that. God, I love that fucking. It's one of the best gifts ever made. Anyway, so yes, last time, basically the entire session, no, not basically, the entire session was of Sophie and Jeremy's robot date. And it was lovely. Mm-hmm. They went to the botanical gardens. God, I'm really like, I know they went somewhere else. Museums. They went to museums, and then they went on an adventure where they stopped a bunch of thieves from breaking into a building, and they arrested some hoodlums, and they brought them back to the police station, and put them in lockup and put them in the clink. Then Sophie seduced Jeremy. That's basically it. That was the entirety of last session.
It was a good time.
Yes. I guess so. Everyone seemed to have fun.
Quite.
So I guess that is the definition of a success.
I'm still enjoying the fact that one of the bad guys is gonna need physical therapy for literally 2 weeks to recover.
Yeah, you fucked that guy up really bad, really hard.
Was it dead?
Close enough. You hit him for fucking neural necros. You did 18 strength and dex damage to him. It was fucking brutal.
Yeah,
man.
That guy's gonna be out of commission for a little while.
You basically reduced him to 1 strength and 1 dex. Completely. Just he couldn't move, and he won't move for the next few weeks. Kind of also feel bad for the guy Jeremy pummeled. That was.
Well, I was kind. At least he's alive. I could have just, erased him from existence.
Oh yeah, you could have just like disintegrated him, real easy. Alright, so anyway, we pick up with the following morning with the party, I guess, meeting back up at, I would assume, the Broken Arrow, the only place the party knows about in this entire city. You all went out on the night and had your respective dates. Taz with Molly, Mierah with a little faunus named Iris Ice Button.
Which is a very adorable name. But then I believe I struck out at the end and shared a drink with the boss and then went to bed.
Yes.
But it was a very lovely time.
It was a very nice time. I think you got something from her, but I don't remember what.
Well, I know it wasn't an STD, at least.
I feel like
itching.
I feel like she gave you something related to her plant stuff, but I don't remember.
Let's see here.
Do you have a tiny fruit, like a miniature fruit tree or something?
Oh, like the fucking
or a
one
pie?
out of... It was the miniature fruit tree out of Futurama with the tiny little fruits. And then you put down a tiny little banana and people fall over.
It's a banana the size of a grape, but you just step on it and you slip.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess the only one that didn't go out on the town was Cadia, but
Bots and Cadia.
I suppose Poison. Well, I know, knowing Poison River, she probably went out on her own. Anyway, whatever. All right, so you guys meet back up. You've had your night of frivolity. Some of you might be a little, and depending on how much you drank. I mean, actually, I don't think some Taz or Molly might be a little hungover, but it'll pass. And what will you do now?
Go on a fucking adventure.
Okay.
Yep. We're
Don't we have an evil vampire to go?
That was the plan, I believe. You wanted to go on one last adventure in this universe, and decided to go and kill Vetra, the reoccurring supervillain of this realm.
Oh, yes.
But you didn't know exactly where he is, and well, you know the general area, but you don't really have a way of getting there yet.
We can fly.
We already discussed the plan. It was first take a ride the lightning to where we need to go, then take the airboat to Dragon Nest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if anyone would actually remember what they had thought of what they were going to do. That was a test.
Yeah,
only one of you passed.
Right.
Kinathis, yes. Good. I was reminded.
No, I genuinely was like wondering. I wonder how many people are actually going to remember what they had set out to do. No, your plan is to take the lightning rail train to Mordenthal, and then supposedly take an airship from there to Wormhold and see the not Worm of World's End.
Yeah.
You may or may not know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I remember correctly, Well, if we meet up there, and at least prestidigitate yourself clean, I do cover all the information that Sophie acquired during the date, during all the multitude of questions about the history and the world and what it's what.
You did get some history, yes.
As well as that, oh, will you look at that? Kalira is the god of magic.
Correct.
Apparently. So yes.
Your one-time companion has become a god.
Now just looks over at Mierah.
Hi. What's up?
You know, Callie is a goddess now.
It's true. It's very true.
Yes, so if you're looking for divine favors or, comeback or whatever you refer to as it's seeing.
I mean, it's a little bit late for my comeback. I'd have to scrape it off the back of her teeth.
Well, I don't know, given where she is. You could just butter up your arm and just punch it in the rear.
I mean, I'm tall, but I'm not like... Anyway, I mean, it feels kind of weird to just sort of like call a goddess out for a favor. Seems like... I mean, that's not why I have sex with people. I have sex with people because it's really fun.
Oh yeah, I didn't insinuate that because of sex. That's where your mind went.
Are you surprised?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm not. But at least we got that, so if you wish, we could try to get in contact with her.
I mean, Callie's a goddess, right? So, I mean, she'd notice if we were around. I'd leave the onus on her to come say hi. Mostly because I don't know if it's like impertinent or not to just like call out a god. Well, I feel like I'm getting really blasé about that whole divinity thing.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. The difference is between God on that plane versus being on this. If you manifest here, she has to come and find us.
I suppose. So, I mean, how do I get call waiting on gods then?
Well, probably from one of their temples. Plus, we sort of have our own, what we'll call it, cloaking device. Eyes the boss a bit.
I guess, yeah. I guess gods don't look too closely at us.
On the contrary.
Well, do we have their direct attention at like all times? So then,
we've had their attention since we arrived in this plane.
Oh, I'll look up.
You do not. Yeah. The spike of energy that we generate when we arrive here far exceeded that of the normal magic, and it immediately drew their attention.
Well, that is true, but your very present is sort of like a disturbance in itself.
She thinks about that for a second. I suppose I would be a hot spot.
Yeah.
Too easy.
So, that is indeed true, but that means your magical presence exceed anything of ours, so you're literally blinding them to who's with you. And we ourselves just fade into the background noise once we're separated from you.
Like fold my arms pointedly, just towering over everyone. Just like, but I mean, I feel like I'm kind of hard to fade into the background of. Is it because I was black?
If you stand in an alley, you'll fit in much better.
I wouldn't deny it.
That was
However, I like looking at delicious chocolate. Yeah, no, it was real good. You know, I got the additional context.
Yeah. Glad somebody did.
I mean, this probably sounds like a little bit of a random, out-of-the-way question, but Holly, we did see what you looked like before. Is there actually like a terrestrial name for what it is that you are, or you're your own thing? It just occurred to me that I don't really have a name for what we saw.
She just stares at you for a minute.
If you're awkward about it, you don't have to
Yes.
say, but I mean...
There is a name for what I am.
Divine being. That's it. They can take any shape they want.
I mean, sure, but... I'm just right.
Many can
If you were-
shapeshift, yes, but you'd be surprised how many actually do that. Unless the situation calls for it.
Mierah, if you had extreme levels of power and capabilities and could alter your form at will, wouldn't you just do whatever fit you best for
How could I
your fancy?
How could I possibly improve on perfection?
Well, your butt is a bit lacking.
What? Come on, my ass is fantastic.
Yeah, it is a bit small though for your size. You haven't exactly been eating properly, so your storage
But I
has
eat
actually
all of the meat
diminished.
ever.
True, but let me also remind you of your sex marathons.
She's saying might be a little bit depleted.
I mean, I guess I probably do burn a lot of calories that way, but...
Got a flabby butt.
Whoa.
Oh. Wow, my feelings are all kinds of hurt now.
I'm not saying it.
Okay.
The cake is deflating.
Cadia
Quick.
passes judgment on no one's butt.
No one's butt?
Apart from the
No
deadly butt holder.
Butthole.
It can hold many butts at once. And
They're-
you don't want to look into any of its eye attacks.
No, you see, it doesn't have eyes. It just has
it
all
does.
these
It has
tentacles,
one-
and
a
they
dark
all
eye.
have
One
butt.
eye.
It has several.
Brown
It
eye.
has several pink
Brown.
eyes.
Yeah, no, it bleaches. It's fine.
Anyway.
Well, so
All new meanings.
It's a little bit anal about how it looks.
Oh fuck! I missed the eye bleach joke. Where has that one been all my life? Gonna have to remember that one.
Anyway, there is a story for what I am, and I wonder how many of you would actually be able to recognize it.
I mean, I grew up on like a private plane. I probably don't know.
Cadia would probably be the one most likely to know.
There's a lot of strange shit out there.
Mirrors.
Wheels within wheels, my friend. Wheels within wheels. I guess
The big
I've never
question would be
tried
whether
to
you can enter
check.
Sigil or not.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Sigil?
To Sigil?
I meant.
Oh.
Boss.
Come on, though. Everyone's been to Sigil. Who doesn't go to Sigil at least once?
Gods,
I
actually.
haven't.
Ugh,
Oh.
people who are mostly sane don't go there.
The gods aren't allowed in Sigil.
They aren't allowed in Sigil, but that place has incredible parties. And sometimes you get lost in dimensions. I
They're
spent
not
like a
allowed
week
to go there,
High school.
not since that one got killed.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Did not know gods were banned from Sigil. Yeah, no, I spent a week there. It was either that or the Bahamas. You know, the plane of the plane of
The plane of sexy beaches.
no. It's the plane of the Bahamas.
The plane of the Bahamas.
Yeah, I
Bahamas
could have
is
gone
an
to
actual
the
deity.
Bahamas. Oh shit! I'm already 5 shots deep.
Excellent. It's going to only improve.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a bottle in and half a plate of chicken soup.
Soup.
Yeah.
I had a cheese
It's awesome.
sandwich.
Yeah, but the soup I tossed in potatoes and pasta and rice in it. Just make sure it was starchy as fuck.
Sounds more like risotto then.
Oh no, it's still a soup, dude. Like there's.
Oh no, like not enough to make it
broth.
like a bulk solid then.
No,
Okay.
just to thicken it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, no, that's cool.
No.
All right then. And yeah, someone
Yeah,
asked, is
so
Mierah
temple.
actually large? Yeah, she is legitimately large size. She was an inch off of being considered for the large size category, and then she took a nap in a crater and gained another like foot. She's fucking enormous.
Big doggo.
Big
Indeed.
Borfer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, she's not a borker. She's a boofer now.
I'm a boofer. That's true. And I've got some great big chest boofers, which is my favorite term for big tits. Chest boofers. How great is that shit?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, jeez.
He's got sweet chest boofers. More
So,
impressive than
Temple
sweater
of
puppies.
Calera?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, okay, sure, we can stop by the Temple of Clara and say hi. Like, it feels kind of weird to be like, hey, I know we had some fun and you're a goddess, now let's hang out. It's just strange, okay?
How is that stranger than just looks between you and the boss?
Maybe because we never actually parted for what would have actually been hundreds of years of land progression. We've actually been, you know, in the same company as each other the entire time. It's a hell of a change for her, because time would have passed. For me, it was a few, you know, like, days.
So, you're still she's a goddess. She's a goddess.
I mean, she is eternal, right? Time can't mean much to her now.
True, but surely you gotta feel the passage of time.
Well, that's not entirely true either. Mortals are far more susceptible to the flow of time than anyone who is ageless. Many ageless beings find after a certain period of time they just kind of lose time.
That also
Yeah.
sounds unfortunate.
But it's not the term lose time, it's the fact that
They lose
things
track of it
happen
very
that-
quickly.
Yeah. Trying to remember the correct term is.
What is a day or
Lose-
two or a month or two to someone who is thousands of years old and will never age?
I guess. I mean, yeah, sure.
Unless you're a gnome or a halfling, and every day is the same day for thousands of years.
Until they have one incredible adventure.
And then get eaten by a monster. Except it's actually just their ketchup supply that got eaten.
No, their ketchup supply gets crushed into a bunch of gears of a giant war machine.
Yep.
Yep, I remember that. That was good times.
Fucking bullshit hobbits.
What was it? Kenders.
Yeah, Kender.
Fucking Kenders.
Kender are fun.
No.
No, fuck Kenders. Kleptomatic little
like
shit.
Sebastian?
Yeah, I like Sebastian. I missed the little
That's the thing,
one
is
that I
like my
had.
only experience with Kender has been like quite fun, and then everyone has these horror stories of how they just had like effectively just chaotic, evil, like compulsive thieves who everyone just wanted dead the entire time.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that's what, I mean,
I've
that's
only
what
had good
happens
Kender
when that's what
experiences.
happens when a jerk gets a hold of one of them.
Hey, I go
and
carte
starts
blanche to be
playing
a
as one
thieving
of them.
cunt.
It's an excuse to be as random and stupid as he wants.
Yeah,
Or at least that's what
whereas
they feel like.
the best forms of Kender are the ones who are young, and their ephemeral inability to take anything seriously leads them to grand adventure, and then that's the best thing.
I still want
See-
to play my half dragon, half Kender.
Literally never.
Yep.
It's like
Nah.
torn between the desire to amass a horde and just having no concept of personal property.
So you amass a horde, but you don't mind if anyone just takes it from you.
Yeah, it's just
Oh, that just reminds me of the gold coin dragon, the dragon that cares a whole lot because it's
So-
tiny, but its whole thing is that one
Or
gold
just one
coin.
gold coin.
And it's good luck to pass the dragon coin around.
That is
And
really
then
adorable.
they end
you
up
see a little
stealing
story for
people's
it?
virginities and have no idea how to give them back.
See, that's the best part.
I was just
A
holding on to
fucking
it
like
for
2
now.
foot candles seduce a literal like what was that?
Kinder are bigger
Elder
than
red
that.
worm?
They're like
Yeah.
3 feet or 4 feet.
Big ass red dragon.
Yeah, they're 2 feet. They're literally 2 hooves size because Jamina hooves.
Anyway.
So yeah, they were 2 hooves sized.
So Temple of Kalira.
There does not seem to be. Oh wait, you're just gonna ask around and stuff in Margolith?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You will find upon asking that there is one being made. It is not built. It is under construction.
Are there any priests here in town?
Priests of Kalira?
Yes.
See, somebody has to, have started the fact that they should open up a church to Kalira, or a temple to Kalira. So that person has to be responsible for its construction and the fact that it's there. So.
Ooh. Well, I mean, the ones being built, there's probably at least one around just to keep, just to be around there as it's being made, to sanctify it as it's being built and stuff.
So we just go find that person. That's good enough.
Okay. Alright, so you go on, you track down the location of this temple that is being built. It is a building that is under construction. There are many brawny workers going about their business. There are individuals building a large framework. There are dwarves minding stone being constructed and walls to be of this temple to be built. There are a number of there are a few guards just wandering around the perimeter, just making sure no one sneaks in to like steal stuff as it's being built or whatever. Although when a pack of strange-looking weirdos comes by and starts taking great interest in this building, some of them come over and ask you what is your business.
When a pack of stray adventurers finds their way over.
Yeah.
Alright, well, Mierah,
Don't
you're
feed
up.
the adventurers, especially if they're not domesticated.
Yeah, please do not feed the adventurers.
Yeah. Hi there. I'd like to speak to Kalira, please.
Oh, you are here for the temple? Well, unfortunately, it's not made yet.
You are a priest, however, yes?
Me? No.
Oh, is there a Kalirian priest anywhere near here for this temple?
Yes, there is one. Here to sanctify the ground and the building materials to make this place holy ground.
Cool. Where are they at? Is it okay to talk with them? Brought a gift, and I will, let's see here. Pull out a fistful of platinum coins.
Oh, fine. Okay. Okay. So you brought an offering.
Yep.
Well, if you're bringing an offering, I'm sure the priest won't mind. giving you a few moments of his time.
Of course.
In just a
Sophie,
moment, I will go and find him.
What's up, Sophie?
We're just gonna reach in, take out a steel, was it?
Was what?
Yeah, I mean, I sorry, I say Fistful of Platinum, but some of my gold has been changed for their actual currency. I just gonna call it down to equivalency to save myself the painful headache.
Okay.
Well, I mean, all the coins are made out of made out of
metals. Yes.
However, some of them are stamped with different numerical denominations. So
yeah,
there's like 1, there's like 1, 5, 10.
Yeah.
And such things.
I've broken down some of my money into these like coin denominations. I'm just gonna refer to them by their precious metal names anyway, just to save myself thinking about that too hard.
Yeah. That moment when you can't find that one token that you really fucking want to use because it's perfect.
Too many amazing tokens.
I know, but I have one in particular that I want for this. Ha!
The one that's made out of cocaine?
No. No. How do I just... My library.
Sure?
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's how it works. I haven't done that in a long time. Okay, well, you wait a few moments. I'll let you just move you guys away here. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Wow.
Zigzag.
And eventually, Let's see. Roll me. No, never mind. No, don't bother rolling anything. A young catfolk man will be brought over, wearing some blue robes, and he is wearing. Well, actually, no. It's more like robes wouldn't make much sense anymore in this timeline.
He'd be dressed like a stripper, surely.
He is actually wearing what looks like a coat, a blue coat with white trim, and he's got a long silver necklace that is the holy symbol of a harp draped around his neck and prominently displayed.
Does he have a top hat though? This is important.
No.
Oh, he doesn't fit in here. This is a fake priest.
And the priest will.
Hey, I remember this token.
The priest will approach and greet you warmly. Welcome, to the soon-to-be Temple of Kalira. I hear you all have been asking for me and have a donation to give to the church. Tell me, what can I do to help you?
Wondering if you could get in touch with Kalira for us. I'm actually an old friend of hers. We all are, actually.
A friend?
That's correct.
He thinks about it for a moment. Well, I suppose that's not impossible. Did you meet her on one of her adventures? With her when she travels with her champion?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, actually. We've adventured together quite a while. It was a good time.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. Though I haven't heard of any of you.
You'd be having to look for some quite old tales, I admit.
She hasn't been around, sadly, for that long, but...
Oh, I mean, she wasn't like a goddess back then. You know how it is.
Wasn't a goddess then.
Yeah.
Don't think too hard on it, kid.
Yeah, it's.
He is giving you a bit of a strange look now. Probably a look that you are increasingly familiar with.
Yeah, I'm increasingly familiar with this look.
Okay. Just takes out
Well, anyway.
to 10 steel to begin with.
Well, thank you, kind miss. Anyway, he will straighten himself and will just. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Brandon Highever, and I'm very pleased to meet your acquaintances.
A pleasure. I'm Mierah Bleaksworthy. We have Taz, Molly, Holly, Molly.
Tazran Iroka. Pleasure.
Cadia, Greenie, Hearn, and Zigzag.
Wow, just call someone by the color of their skin. I see how it is.
Hey, I've been called Chocolate Bork as well, but the greenness is a new one for her. Look, it's a very fetching color on you. Don't you worry about it. No, we'll turn back to Brendan with a grin.
Question,
Well, you
do you have a normal face, or do I have a dog muscle there? Question.
Huh?
Look at the token.
Yeah, no, Mierah's looks like a token.
Okay,
Mierah's a
I'd be switching in my head back and forth. I'd just be switching back and forth in my head, so every time you grin, I'm just imagining a wolf
endless teeth
human grinning there. It'd be like, that's actually pretty fucking horrifying. Don't grin.
You know, I mean, she probably does have very long, very sharp teeth because she gets them as a bite attack if she wants to. But, yeah, no. It's not menacing unless you go with, like, the full teeth grin, but that looks creepy on normal humans as well.
Well, I mean, grinning is not supposed to be a good, friendly way to greet a creature, but we humans have made it so.
Yep.
Well, it's very nice to meet all of you, and I do have to say, I hope it doesn't offend you, you do all look like a bunch of adventurers.
Yeah, no, we get that a lot.
Why would that be an offensive thing to be called?
Some people don't like the stereotype, dear.
Yeah, it's probably the assumption that all adventures just like homeless transients.
We're just transients.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's you know, equity that we have access to that brings us above and beyond the standard adventure affair of homelessly wandering from city to city starting fights.
Well, hopefully you avoid making too many fights.
Oh goodness, no, I'm much more a lover than a fighter.
Well, that's good. I'm sure that is quite an attitude that Kalira herself enjoys.
I can tell you for a fact it is.
So, what can I do for you all?
Please, if you could send a prayer Callie's way and let her know that we're here.
I can very much do that for you, yes?
It'd be appreciated, thank you. I'll just be over there fetching a nice bottle of wine.
Mierah and Taz
well,
again.
I mean, I will undoubtedly do it for you. There is no guarantee that I will get a response from her anytime soon.
I know, it's always a possibility she's busy, but please, if you could, it would be appreciated.
Okay. Well, then he will step away from you for a little bit. And
while he goes to do that, I go to fetch a bottle of wine from a shop. Grab a nice one.
A nice bottle of wine?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. You can dump a few, a couple steel on a nice bottle of wine.
Cool. Done.
Although for your size, you remember that bottles of wine used to be a lot bigger.
True. Let's just take off a few more there.
Crate. Just get a crate.
Oh god, I've got a crate of wine in the living room.
Hell yeah.
A whole crate of wine.
Jesus.
Yeah. Dude, come
It's
on.
good wine too. It's a nice
For
Pinot
us
Noir.
alcoholics, that's like that's standard.
You should just get a pony keg of it for Mierah.
Wait, no, you could be a Saint Bernard and have one around your neck.
Yeah, but it would be pushed up into my face by my own tits.
It could sit between them.
Yeah, I suppose. I have to go there. I don't need the one strap.
Then all you just need is a big straw.
Yeah, where some people would get those dumb hats like, oh, with the big ears it doesn't work. But if you happen to have tight cleavage and E-cup chest, then you're set. The booze all got smaller. Everyone got smaller. It's really weird. Mierah went to sleep one day and woke up with everyone shorter. God, it happened.
No one believes her.
That's what happened.
Another site of incredible magic.
That's what happened. Like, you didn't get bigger, everything and everyone else got smaller.
Look, it all just runs in the family. Apparently, we just get a little bit taller and sexier every time we're exposed to large dosages of cataclysmic magic.
That happened to Kresha as well.
Did.
Yeah, she gained a foot of height as well.
Oh no.
It all runs in the family.
History repeats itself.
Yeah.
Waterloo.
Circles within circles, wheels within wheels.
Borks within borks.
Borks within borks. Borks within goats, and goats within borks.
Speaking of getting a certain Borker's attention, though, or whatever noise foxes make.
They're floofers. They floof.
Ah, yes, of course, the floofers.
Yeah, speaking of floofers, a few minutes later, after Mierah has returned, the priest Brandon will return, looking a little uneasy.
Hey there.
Oh, yes. Well, I made the prayer and sent my thoughts out to the goddess as you had requested, and I did not believe she would respond so quickly, but she did.
How's that sound?
Hey.
She told me that if you wish to see her, she is in fact waiting. Her aspect is waiting for you in Mordenthal.
That's great to know. She's right on her path.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
Were you already heading there?
Of course.
He looks troubled by this. What does that mean?
Well, if she's a deity, she probably could have overheard what they were saying and placed one there in our path.
Well, a god does not simply arrange things so blatantly, though, unless it is important.
Well, it just puts a hand on Brenda's shoulder and said, "We told you, we knew her. It's okay."
Yeah.
It's okay.
Tell you what, would you like to learn some fun religious dogma?
Dogma.
Yeah.
Finger guns.
Thank
Be
you.
careful not to point them at anyone.
Yeah, you have to make sure the safety's on with your finger guns, otherwise people get death shots.
I didn't know my fingers were loaded.
It's like that scene out of that movie, except real. You know the one.
Would you like tickets to the gun show? Don't worry, safety's on, baby. Oh fuck, it wasn't. It's just a building is shorn clean in half. You see, me and my companions here hung around with the goddess Clara back before she was a goddess. We had many drunken sexual encounters. However, we disappeared from history because we fucked our way straight through a time portal afterwards, and now here we are. And then I will give them the thumbs up. You can choose to believe that or not.
I will have to think on that.
I will hand him one of the bottles of wine. This might help.
Well, thank you.
And I will bag the rest for drinking with her later.
Maybe don't be so open about the whole time traveling thing.
I mean, we're in an era of completely impossible magical anomalies all occurring at once. I figure it's kind of fun to just say stuff and see what happens.
Yeah, but if they know it's possible, one of them might try and... well...
Sure, except they don't have the ability to circumvent the laws of time and space.
Yeah, neither do we. Except that we do now, so...
yeah.
who's to say they can't too?
Alright, say, boss, what's the possibility that someone could generate the kind of stuff to protect you from the impossibility that is traveling through time and space without being vaporized?
Clearly somebody did it.
Well, yeah, but...
why?
yeah. I mean, their god of magic kind of got eaten.
Well, they have a new one, so there.
That's true, I suppose. But you don't leave that to, like, the intern. And then I will look up pointedly. I'm teasing. Just in case the god of the new goddess of magic is watching. Anyway, yeah, if she's gonna be in our path, then excellent.
It seems as though that she is.
Well then, Brendan, thank you very much. And I will dip him a bow that probably reveals a moderate amount too much before pausing and looking back at my supposedly flat ass. Grumble.
You're flatter ass, not flat ass.
No, it's a sheet of
more like
paper.
a wag.
There.
No.
Mierah just needs to do some squats.
Yeah, it's true. Like, the moment that no one's looking, it's just the squats mini game out of Crisis Core. If anyone ever saw that, then congratulations. It might actually be the best Final Fantasy game there ever was. And it's going to be played by nobody because it's on the PSP.
And
Really?
Not a hard claim to make to be the best Final Fantasy game.
This is true.
I actually found, what's it called? 14 Realm Reborn to be like the best Final Fantasy game I've ever played.
What's the word again? It's very easy to be the best of the Final Fantasy when they're all bad.
Exactly.
This is true. The PSP release was done by like a different crew in Square Enix. Like, yo, we can make this happen. And it's the prequel story to 7.
All
which
Final Fantasies are
good,
dumb.
was ruined by being terrible at the same time. Instead,
They're
the
both
prequel to it was funny. It had good comedy. It had mechanics, actual mechanics, instead of just click select button, and it didn't have that stupid bullshit all the new Final Fantasies picked either. It was a great game, but no one's ever gonna sadly play it because it was on the PSP. I have a little limited edition boxy version of it that might even be worth some money these days. Game with art books and cool shit like that. But yeah, no, if anyone can get their hands on it, I do recommend it. It was amazing.
Crisis Core, huh?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember the name of it, but...
It's the Adventures of Zack, the person that Cloud wanted to stop being a bitch boy and emulate.
Oh. I see.
Yep, it's about the originally actually cocky character. It's like the adventures of if Indiana Jones also happened to have a really big sword.
Well, I mean, that does sound pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a great deal. Anyway, tangent aside.
Yes.
Yes, it's onwards.
Yes, yes. And leaving a somewhat bewildered young catfolk priest behind, you, with your destination in mind and your mode of travel in mind, you ask around and find out where the train station is. Oh, I had a background for this, but I never made a map out of it. Oh well.
That'll learn you.
It will. It will. I had one. Oh well. Anyway, you arrive at the train station, and as one might imagine, it is a somewhat a busy location. It does seem particularly busy, though, around a couple of trains bound for Mordenthal. But when you get there and try to acquire tickets to get on board, you find
How
that.
much?
Well, I mean, the price isn't. I mean, it's like 5 steel a head. Well, more like 10 steel a head to ride on the train.
I mean, let him finish describing the situation before you say how much. Come on now.
Anyway, yes. So it is 10 each if you really want to account for that right now. But yes, when you inquire about going to Mordenthal, you find that there are only 2 trains heading there up north currently to that destination, and that they have both, for the most part, been commandeered by the military. In fact, there are only a few seats left available at all within the few passenger cars that are attached to these trains. In fact, there are only 8 seats available.
How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I can statue Sagara. In fact, I think I can also statue Hearn if you would like. Give me a moment to check that I'm able to do it to more than one being. Let's see here. Touch an animal or a magical beast has a helpful attitude towards you, instantly transforming into a miniature figurine of stone. Intelligent animal or magical beast must be willing to subject an order. So yeah, if Hearn wants, I can also make him a small statue and pass him on to you.
That's probably a good idea.
Cool. Yep, I will.
You're a giant murder dog, and you're a giant murder spider.
And she's not a murder spider, she's a sweetheart with a lower fighting value than anyone in this party.
Hearn, however, is an unadulterated murder machine.
Yes, no, he's actually a killing machine. His statue probably still looks like it comes at CR2.
Probably.
The statue is CR2.
It's got some fucking sharp-ass edges. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
it deals D20 blunt damage.
If it falls on you, you're doomed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kick it either. That'll hurt.
Yep, I
You'll
turn
take
Zigzag
thorns
into
damage.
a and she goes between the bosoms where it's safe and warm.
Okay.
And I will hand Taz a little mini Hearn statue. There you go.
No, he's so cute.
Yeah, sure.
And then you just remember all the fucking brutal murdering he has fucking done in his life.
Oh.
No, he's so cute.
Yeah, but you can still enjoy it.
And then I will warn you very carefully, please don't let your statue companion be injured, because he will absolutely unstatue with those injuries. So if they're, like arm or leg or tail or something falls off, you're in some trouble. I mean, it shouldn't. Someone has to really go out of their way and go at it with a fucking hammer, but, just so you're aware.
Pro tip.
Yeah, pro tip, don't use him as a doorstop.
No.
Don't use Hearn as a doorstop.
You're breaking my back here, but alright.
I'd probably take up 2 seats, but someone can share my lap.
But, let's see, that's 3.
I suppose that wouldn't be an unquestionable thing to do.
There was 8 seats.
Yeah, and I take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I'm in 2, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, then there are 8 exactly. No one has to do any lap sitting, although the offer is still there, of course. However, they might have to try and accommodate for 13 inches.
I'm sure everything will be just fine. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Yep. Started early on your pacing as well, Kina. You be careful or you'll like hurt your legs like last time. As you paced for 3 hours of Jeremy action, and the next day you went, my legs are screaming.
It's true. My calves were very sore. I should probably sit down and stop doing that. I've already been doing it for an hour.
Yeah, bad habits right there. Instead, what you should do is put your feet up like on a table, so it's actually more effort for you to get up and start pacing.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yes,
Anyway, you get your tickets, and you follow the signs for your train. Got frantic pen. Yeah. And you find them as they are most activity around them naturally draws your attention. You see many like freight-based cars, like clearly large open spaces to haul cargo or large numbers of individuals packed together, or a lot of equipment. And you see basically all of that happening. Like you see some where there's just like dozens of figures like marching into the train. You see some cargo containers being loaded with everything from food to suit racks of armor and weapons. And you even see a couple of cars where they're loading, basically what the same kind of construct that Jeremy was. And there's dozens of them being just loaded into one or two of these cars for transport. Further to the front, you find the actual like passenger cars, and that's where you're boarding. But from there, you can see the engine. It is this huge metallic behemoth that looks to be about 20 meters long. Is made of just like pure steel or iron, and it's covered like the bottom where the wheels are just covered in like sigils that glow and crackle with sparks of electricity. The ground underneath the train itself likewise has the same carvings on it, and you can see flashes and arcs of lightning bouncing between the ground and the train cars as it ever so slightly like hovers above the rails themselves.
These are some very cool trains.
Baller.
I wonder if there's a dining cart. Yeah, I guess. Is there any problem with us getting into the passengers' points then? I will apologize as I likely take up extra seat.
You have your tickets. In Mierah's case, you have 2 tickets. But yeah, you can get in just fine.
Cheek A and cheek B.
Yes.
The legroom's gonna be a bitch.
Could be. May have to cross your legs.
I guess so. So that or I spread them really wide apart, but then I think I would crush people next to me.
I could always shrink you.
I kind of like being really big, if I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, a shrinking might be quite helpful for like being on this train for a while. Indeed, you could make me like pocket-sized. I'll just like hide in your robes. We could save on ticket prices.
I could shrink you so much, yes. Make you,
Pocket mirror?
Make you 3 feet tall?
3 feet's a start.
That's adorable.
I am fire and I am death. It's just mini mirror.
Mini Mierah. Anyway, you have your tickets, so you don't have too much of a trouble getting on the train itself. The trouble comes from more of fitting a couple of your taller individuals into the train itself. But once you're inside, it's not too hard. Although Mierah does have to duck to move around. The ceilings are a bit too small.
The only large-sized passenger on their steampunk ships they ever had. But yeah, I have to be careful not to hit my head on anything.
Being large is very impractical.
It is.
It's true. It also makes it a devil to fit in people.
It's very cool, but it is impractical.
Yeah, those extra damage categories and increased reach sure do come at the cost of finding a fucking place to sit.
Door frames and ceilings and chairs and
all the time.
Beds.
Tell me how you need it to be large size to increase your reach.
Yeah, your reach of what is it, 30 feet? 25?
It can be. It can get up there. It's normally like 15.
Just a normal average 15.
Yeah. And I don't need to be huge. Fucking Cadia is just like 5'9" or something.
She's adorable and smallerable.
Taz will put his gun belt,
hands on his gun belt,
check out my reach.
I'll glance down at Taz. I'm pretty sure I'm bigger, buddy. Oh, you meant gun, right. And I will glance over my shoulder at the fucking dragon-slaying great bow. I mean, I'm not sure. How far does a revolver shoot in this game? I don't fucking know.
Is there a maximum number of range categories you can go out to?
5, I think.
5.
Is it?
There is a thing for that, yeah.
After that, you're just not accurate enough to hit anything.
But my attack bonus is so big.
But my attack bonus, guys, you don't understand.
The physics, they're such a bitch.
Oh, that's not right.
So you can see, after 5 range increments, it treats every roll as a nat 1.
But I could still hit them on that one.
No, it's a nat 1. It's an automatic.
God damn it.
Yeah. My baseline range is 150 for any increments. I don't know how a revolver matches up. I know that just a rifle doesn't even go to 80. Sorry, a rifle goes to 80. This thing shoots nearly twice as far as my like long arm rifle.
Yeah, well, mine has a scope so I can actually see them. Yeah.
I have really good eyes.
Look with your special
You just
eyes.
hear camera wearing from.
Yeah,
Sophie.
no, okay. None of us have Sophie eyes with fucking predator vision.
Except for Riley.
Let's see here. I mean, I can do that like aspect of the hawk thing instead and give myself eagle eyes. Then I get a zoom lens on my vision. But anyway, yeah. It's a big bow. I do like that I fired the like fucking Silver Knight great bow and that it's a 3d8. Because it's a big fucking bow.
Big boofing bow.
Yeah. That again, it's in d8s. It went from 3d6 to 3d8, and I'm pretty sure I'm always going to do less damage because I'm way worse at rolling d8s, you guys. Let's see here. I stand corrected. I sure did waste a good roll right there, didn't I? A good multiple rolls. Yeah, but you're broken. If it weren't for the fact that this campaign is gradually reaching its conclusion, you'd be way overdue a nerfing.
It's not my fault. Guns are fantastic.
Also, I feel like you missed a trick not calling your last set of dice the Holy Diver instead.
A thrown weapon has a maximum range of 5 increments. A projectile weapon can shoot up to 10 increments.
How much is an increment?
Depends on the weapon's range.
So if you had a base range of 150...
Well, then you can shoot up to 10 times that.
You can shoot
So
someone who's not even on the map.
However,
I can shoot 15,000 feet?
Yes, but for every increment that you go beyond the stated range, you get a additive -2.
Okay, I mean my attack is a plus 22.
So you get a plus 2 to
So
hit.
I can still be rolling 1d20 plus 2 at 1,500 feet.
Correct.
True strike on yourself.
The absolute limit of your weapon range. Yes, you can do that.
1,500
now, if someone casts
feet,
and then if someone casts
1,500.
If someone casts True Strike on you, then you'd hit with a still pull back with a plus 22.
Okay. No character, no monster in Pathfinder, even Godzilla-sized ones, can even see as far as I can shoot.
Elves.
Oh, that's only technical.
Technically, yeah. I mean, technically, none of us have seen
the rules. The rules on site don't make any sense, so don't worry about those.
That's true.
Let me say something. In 5th edition, if you're a barbarian, you can actually see clearly up to 1 mile away.
Yes, because, well, I mean, really, you should be able to see that more because that's how fucking eyes work.
No, I mean, like, a hawk vision level of mile away.
Oh, you mean like magnification on your eyes?
Yeah,
Why in God's name are there rules for how far away you can see?
Because it's
you can
Pathfinder.
You
and there's a rule
see
for
over 30
everything.
miles.
The thing is
everything.
that what you can see at a mile away, more and more people can see at 100 feet.
So what you're saying is that Barbarian has like 50-20 vision.
No, they just
or
have 30-30
I suppose
vision.
it would be more like 120 vision.
150-20 vision.
150 to 20. 150-20. Okay. They have very, very, very good eyes.
Yeah.
Look, if the world was flat, then cats would.
Well, I mean, the only count. Look. The curvature only comes into account if you on the question of if you are or are not an elf. Remember.
Fuck this conversation. Can we move on?
All right. So you're on the train, and you are making your way to your car, to your car where you can sit, and it's nice. Like, if you ever seen those actual passenger trains, like where the passenger cars are separated into actual little rooms, so you have some privacy. It's nice. Got leather seats. It's very nice on the inside, although it's a bit cramped with Mierah being so big.
The elves are flat earthers. That's great. They see the curvature of the world as something flat. That's so fucking silly, and it's a genius at the same time. It's so dumb. I love it. But yes. So, do they do like a booze cart on this train? Do they do food? Can I get a hot dog?
Like a dining car? Yes.
Yeah.
There are 2 passenger cars and there is 1 dining car. There is, for the purposes of this specific train, there is no sleeping car.
That's fine. A dining car will just suit me fine. And then I will awkwardly clamber my way over to it and just stand over a table so that I can try and get loaded and eat lots of food.
Are you? I really should just shrink you.
I'll shrug. I mean, sure, can do. And then there's just like a thump in the train, just like boom, top of the head off the roof. Ow, fuck.
Just a moment. Holly goes through a few words, and you feel a kind of like a rush of energy flow over you, and then the world just kind of shrinks down. Or actually, the world gets bigger. The world gets a bit bigger for you.
I see. You are powerful. You grew the whole world.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, perceptively, it's identical. If I were to close my eyes during the process of this change and then to open them again, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between either or two of them.
I feel like you probably would, but you are a few feet short. You are a bit shorter now.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And then, yeah, I will quote-unquote wolf down.
Okay.
Is my butt really a lot flatter?
In comparison to what?
To, I don't know, the rest of my body? Maybe perhaps these bodacious bouncing boobages?
Well, if you're comparing them to your breasts, then I suppose they are not quite as... There's not quite as close of a comparison.
Well, looks like I'm on the junk food and squats agenda.
There. Not everyone can have a magically enhanced figure like my niece does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of getting thicker, you got taller.
It's true. I sort of stretched.
I love the fact that it was either ultra thin or extra thick.
Yeah, literally the only two choices was that she either became a rail thin elf or became down with the thickness. And it was just entirely down to RNG. It was on the dice that the dice gave Kina only those two choices.
I was absolutely baffled that the game spat out those numbers for me.
Yeah, the game
Look,
was
sometimes
on my
in your
side.
favor. The atoms just
out of what, like 1,000 possible.
Correct.
1,000 possible.
No, sorry,
10,000.
10,000 possible outcomes.
No. I wasn't rolling on the net Librum table. This was something.
Oh no,
else.
This was the Metamorphica. That is 1,000.
The Metamorphica.
Right.
Yeah. Like 1,000 possible outcomes, and I got that. Ugh.
Hey,
God, why?
the game knew that she was supposed to be extra. And
I mean, clearly it did.
Yeah, and Sophie had constantly said that she was supposed to be extra. She was extra all the time, and now the game supplied.
Isn't there like that cake molly art, just the extra thick molly art? I'm sure that there was one drawn. You're like, wow, that is a way thicker molly, and that was before this actually happened. You're like, history, yes. No.
I mean, yes, I did. I do. Yes, have molly art that I got is very thick, and this was long before that session of the game.
It knew. It's really good art too. It's fun. It's with the squishness. Nice. You should share it for the class.
What do you? Yes, that's what I'm actually looking for right now.
Excellent.
I was looking for it.
See, I've got to get more of my Borkers put into games because it's the only way I could get OCs drawn is just to put them into things instead because I can't afford art myself.
Borkers. There it is. There's the picture I was looking for. There. I'll just. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's safe for work, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
There it is. Look at that. Yeah. She's extra squishy.
That is one of my favorite pieces of molly art, for sure.
Yep.
That skirt just doesn't hide anything anymore.
Nope. So.
Oh. So after about another half an hour of waiting, it looks like everything's been loaded onto the train, and someone comes by and asks for your tickets, and you get your ticket stamped, and then a couple minutes later, the train is off and is going out. You can see clearly out the window the city and then the farmland outside of the city rolling on by. And after an hour, that transitions into mountainous, into rolling hills, and finally into more mountainous territory. You can see to the left, the horizon on the left is very dark and stormy almost. In comparison to basically where you came from and where you're headed is much clearer. Even the clouds are whiter and aren't quite so gray and thunderous. Basically, what I'm describing is that's Mordor over there, and the sky is reflecting it. And on the right, you see a vast mountain covered by a thick and wild forest. You can see what looks like a perpetual cloud of rolling mist that seems to just produce a haze over this, just a light haze over this forest and inside of it. And you guessed that was what you heard was called the Witchwood.
Well, that's an inviting name.
That's what it's called.
Very enchanting.
You're pacing again.
Maybe there's witches in the Witchwood.
Maybe there's wood in the witch.
Also possible.
It's Mierah.
What?
Please, I'm not a witch.
Witches are fine. It's a totally valid specialization of spellcasting for the support and deconstructive debuffing of enemy forces. God, listen to that Kina pace. You just go slowly insane if you aren't in motion.
So, yes, I do.
There's like the softest sound that comes from your microphone, like the rhythmic tick-tock of a clock. I'm like, oh, it's pacing again.
Oh, there's the footsteps on the floor.
You should get a treadmill instead.
Treadmill and just.
Oh my god, that would be so smart.
And then just walk on the treadmill for 3 hours while I DM.
Yeah, actually, you should do that.
That doesn't let
also,
you
that's like
fucking rip.
It's way better for your heels too, because those things will absorb the impact of your foot to the ground, unless you do your pacing in Crocs.
No,
well,
I don't.
Here's the thing, though. That depends on if you got concrete versus wooden floor. Wooden floor a hell of a lot nicer.
Oh yeah, a lot nicer, but it still doesn't absorb impact like a fucking treadmill.
If I could pace on, if I had the floor that my parents have at their new house, oh, that would be nice to pace on. They have this like weird, really old floor in their kitchen. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like this kind of like squishy almost.
Yeah.
Like the material it's made of has a little bit of give to it as you step on it, and it's actually very
stuff
nice.
that looks like floorboards, but it has that like styrofoamish like contact feel.
I don't think so.
Wait, you need support on the linoleum floors, or is it wood?
No, it's not. It's not wood. Maybe it's linoleum.
Okay.
It has a bit of
linoleum
like,
floor. It says like plastic look. but underneath,
Yeah.
if you have supported, you have a slightly shock absorbent. It's really nice for people that have bad heals or heal supports, whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
It's
that's
really
what it
nice
is.
in your floor.
All I know is I've never felt a floor like that, but it had a bit of a squishy give to it as you walked on it. It was really nice.
Mm.
Anyway.
Yeah, they have those in hospitals, therapeutic floors.
Anyway. So, about our conversation before, now that we have privacy, I suppose. You were curious as to my origins?
Yeah. I wanted to know the old details.
I suppose that we have been traveling for a while, and you all have proven yourselves. I suppose it would not hurt to enlighten you. Like I said, there's probably only one or two of you that would be able to identify what I am. How do I go about explaining this? Oh, I think won't just tell you right away. I want to give you a hint, let you guess. And if you guess correctly, you win a prize.
No.
And if you guess exactly right, you'll get a prize. But you don't get any prize if I have to tell you. You have seen my form, so that is a hint in and of itself. And you mentioned that that certain beings can change what they look like at a whim, and I will inform you that in fact was what I actually look like. There was no trickery with that. What I'm going to do is tell you my actual name. And that should be a hint, a good enough hint.
Okay.
You're intuitive enough, as certain creatures, such as dragons, have naming conventions that are common amongst their kind.
All right. Okay.
You know me as Holly or Hollyatra.
Mm-hmm.
But those are just shortenings of my true name. Not my true name, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
One moment, please.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
My real name is Hilarial.
Can I make a knowledge roll?
Sure.
Some kind of celestial?
Yeah, but this is Kinathis' fucking old character. I don't believe her. Let's see. This would be Arcana, I guess?
It would be a planes check.
It's still fucking spellcraft. So I will pop a spell slot to give myself a little bit of a bonus. And yeah, let's just see if the Curse of Taz holds true. All right, everybody ready?
Wait, is that a spellcraft check? Okay, I can roll that.
Not spellcraft check, a planes check.
There's
wow,
no
look at
such
that fall.
skill.
And what's her name? Cadia will have advantage on this check because she is from Acheron.
There's absolutely knowledge planes.
That's a religion.
We're using consolidated still.
Is it? I don't remember what.
I thought we ditched console.
I thought we ditched that.
Nobody fucking said anything.
I don't remember.
Said that.
It's been so long, I can't remember what skill set we're using anymore. In my own
thought we
fucking
ditched
game.
console.
Consolidated. Religion is knowledge claims and knowledge religion.
Ah, gay. Well, then I rolled even worse.
I feel like I got fed up with Consolidated and told everyone to go back to normal.
Not everybody. Happened.
Yeah, fucking, I sure didn't get that memo. Merzendi says Artifacts kept it, but Stray Finder is what ditched Consolidated, which I assume you're in.
Okay. So. Then we're using Consolidated, which means it's knowledge religion.
Well, awesome.
Cadia still gets advantage on this roll.
This is 17.
16, 17.
I'm guessing an angel.
28, 25, and...
My roll was considerably lower. I thought it was going to be spellcraft, not a religion.
And I can't boost that with the nano surge because I can use it both before and after.
I'm from Arcadia. I know angels.
As immediate action, yeah. So. Okay. Here's the final result, Kina. There you go. Cool.
Nice.
Well, okay, yeah. You know that is definitely the naming convention of angels, for sure.
But which kind of angel?
Exactly.
Angels
what
are
kind?
Entire race.
A guardian angel?
See, the DC for recognize obscure deity symbol pledge is 20.
Yeah, I know, but their like actual standard grading thing is fucking shit and stupid.
Yeah. So what would I know with 42 when I rack the database?
What are you, a Deva? Oh, a solar.
Well, I suppose you're in the right ballpark, at least.
Sarong is not a solar.
No.
It's the only super duper duper angel that I could think of.
Not everyone falls into the same classifications. That is just one kind of especially powerful breed of angel. Or solars. It is possible, you know, for extraplanar beings to rise and fall in power.
Planetar?
A planetar? Well, I know the Devas are a thing. Different types of things.
You have seen my form.
Yeah, I mean it seemed pretty much a step up from those.
Although I will say you are at a bit of disadvantage. My kind is a bit more morphic than others.
What's a whattle?
A powerful being, but no. Similar in shape. But no, I am an angel. Oh, everything's so loud over there.
Yeah. So a Coatl?
No.
I
suppose Kothian?
I said similar.
You said similar in shape.
Similar in shape, no. I suppose you won't get the bonus prize.
Nope.
You've seen my form, and none of you made it didn't make any kind of other checks to determine, narrow down things. No, it's too late. You didn't do it.
Never mind. I didn't do it. You're right. Not my specialty.
Although I will say I'm a little bit unfair in that the actual form is not say conventional. I was more looking for the players themselves to guess, not just the actual characters.
I don't fucking know
But,
anything about this shit.
actually, when I told Merzendi about Holly, she fucking got it on the first fucking guess.
What, a caduceus or?
No.
What, an iPhone night?
No. Your guesses are somewhat in the right area, but no, you're wrong. What I am is known as a seraphim.
Bollocks. You're right. Yeah, she'd have gotten that one real quick.
Fucking never heard of that in D&D before.
It's not a D&D.
It's not a D&D thing.
Oh, well, motherfuckers. Fucking...
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you're right.
So
I was still stuck thinking D&D, but no. Yeah, Mers was still on the ball for that.
You're not the only one that can make non-D&D creatures.
Yeah.
But making us guess it then is just kind of
mean.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I should have fucking remembered that. I was there when she was like, "Oh fuck, Holly's a seraph." Shit. Oh well.
That's why I was kind of hoping that you guys would also make a guess and not just the characters.
The tripartite wings on both sides was that image effectively.
But it's like what we were doing was making us guess in character here and in universe.
Yeah.
So,
oh well, crushed, owned.
You were like, oh, you know, Cadia would know. So I'm thinking like actual planar creatures.
Yeah.
So you threw
obviously it's a
just to give you advantage, though. That was just so I could give you advantage on the check.
Oh, even before you said advantage, you're like, okay, Cadia would probably know what I am.
No, you said Cadia.
Yeah, but you also didn't roll very well, so...
You did roll like hot ass. Or she's just a half celestial unicorn human tour.
Came into the whole thing.
I mean, if you had rolled better, I would have...
You know what's weird is that there is no Pathfinder Seraphim, but there is a Pathfinder Nephilim.
Whoa.
Yes, that is... It is that, yeah. Yeah, that's... Anyway, I don't blame you, I suppose, for not getting it. In the grand scheme of things, my kind are not. Let's say we're a bit newer.
Very pretty, though.
Thank you. My kind of angel is a new arrival in the plains. It's actually somewhat, I suppose, somewhat embarrassing. Although it really shouldn't be, but I'm not your average angel, I guess.
Yeah, didn't you say you used to be an adventurer?
More of a renegade, kind of a lone wolf renegade, I suppose.
The biker, she's a biker, she's a tunnel snake, she's a tunnel quetzalcoatl.
Didn't you say you used to be an adventurer? Is that actually true, or what?
I was an adventurer.
Did you become an angel, or did you descend to become an adventurer?
No.
I'm confused.
I've always been like this.
Well, born terrestrially?
No. Well, I'll get more into that.
Sure.
I was an adventurer, yes, but I also was always like this. I was always a seraphim. I was born like this. I became an adventurer because, I don't know, by some trick or by some luck of the draw, some madness or whatever, I decided I wasn't satisfied with being born powerful, like angels are to be. So I struck out on my own to find my own power, and I became a wizard. I didn't touch my holy powers for many years, and I studied and learned the arcane instead. It was quite satisfying to come into my own power. Something I earned for myself.
I see.
And as an adventurer, I joined the Shining Crusade to rid the world of a demon incursion called the World Wound. It was a direct portal to the abyss that bled into the material realm, causing the very land itself to become corrupted with the negative energy and the powers of the abyss. It was a bad time. But I learned a great deal when facing those terrors. In the scheme of the abyss and hell and heaven and Elysium and all the planes, there is an advantage that the lower planes have always had. About one that the seven heavens decided they were above for many uncountable millennia. That is until several hundred years ago, when a great wave of energy washed across all of creation and tweaked things a little bit. All of a sudden, the very fabric of heaven itself was altered. And as you know, demons and devils and angels are all not technically flesh and blood. We are energy. We are created of the very essence of the plane that we are born on. And that brings a host of benefits and problems. Our bodies are more mutable, and yet at the same time are not. That's why when a demon is redeemed or an angel falls, they change physically, not just mentally. Their very bodies transform because their very essence has changed into that of the other side. So a demon will actually physically turn into an angel, or the opposite. I must be careful on how I conduct things, lest I succumb to the same weakness.
It does sound kind of challenging. I wonder if there's some kind of higher bulk that I can ascend to most mightily.
And there are agathons, which are more animalistic celestials.
But then they have the snoots. I kind of like having a pretty face.
Yes, they are more bestial in appearance, generally speaking.
I don't want a snoot.
Yeah, snoots are lame.
But not all angels or demons look. There's no one specific appearance.
No likes a snoot.
Well,
to be fair though, I'm a hellhound. I figure if I'm going to do any kind of ascending, it's probably going to look a lot more decent-y.
Well, let's just say that will tie into the other part. Things changed. Wherein the abyss freely enjoyed the privilege, let's call it, of spreading their power directly into the mortal realm through special agents like succubi and incubi, infecting entire genealogies with their power and slowly corrupting the mortal realm through these bloodlines. Heaven never went that way until that power washed through the fabric of reality, and all of a sudden they weren't so stuck up anymore. And just like that, overnight, a new race of angels was born. And that's what seraphim are. Angels of passion and fire and of love. Where succubi and incubi are all about lust and spreading their power through the mortal realm through that. My kind are all about doing the same thing, but spreading it through love instead of lust. We will counter the evils of the abyss by spreading our own purity through the bloodlines of mortals, creating, as you know, more reliably, almost 100%. There is a 100% chance of the offspring being either an Aasimar at the very least, or a true half-blood, half-angel at the most.
I see. I'll rub my chin. Sadly, I don't think I have anything fancy and special and divine in my nature. Like, eventually I'm just gonna get old and die. It doesn't feel that way these days because I seem to be doing all this time-leaping shit, but, you know.
And with those, in order to do that, we have... It does not matter who we lay with, there is always offspring. There is no contraceptive that can stop it from happening.
Wait a second. I will very pointedly look. Have we smashed together some kidlings?
No.
Ah.
No, we have not. And that is not on your fault. That is my fault.
A shame. I think feathery bird snake dogs would be pretty fucking cute.
I don't know if I have mentioned it about my adventures on the mortal realm when I was an adventurer. Like I told you, I was in the shining crusade of my world. And in that me and my comrades at the time went head to head against the forces of the abyss, and most in particular that of those bound to the locust host, Discari. His is much like demons of his kind, a terrible force. Nothing but cruelty and devastation in his mind. His were the foremost forces we went up against in the world wound. Mostly just a tide of horrible insectile monstrosities. As you can imagine, a demon lord is a powerful being, near semi-divine and nearly a god unto themselves. At the very least, they are of demigod power. Me and mine had advantages on our side, but we took the fight through the world wound into Discari's own realm, which is where one must go to destroy him. It cost my comrades their lives, but in that, all the power that we had accumulated within us from our exposures to the ward stones, powerful artifacts. It was all built up over time in our experiences, and it all went upon their deaths, flowed into each other, growing stronger with each concentration until finally all of it was pooled within myself and allowed me to fight Discari face to face on even ground. And while I was victorious, the final words of him left a terrible curse upon me. The death curse of a demon lord is not something that can be broken. Not by mortal, not by demigods. It would take the concerted effort of, at the very least, true gods to shatter such a corruption.
I'll have to stop by some gods at some point and see if they can have a fiddle with your snatch.
And so he took from me the very He took from me the very purpose of my creation.
Oh. I'm very sorry that he, did you a fucking very shitty deal, all things considered.
In the grand scheme of things, I feel as though it was not a terrible trade. My world was saved from him and his minions, his influence, and it took a full demon lord out of the abyss permanently. I suppose.
Very strong trade. Yeah.
All it did was ensure that I would not be able to perform my duties anymore.
Adoption exists for a reason. Don't you worry about it. Doesn't make the sex any less fun.
I suppose not, but it's not the point.
No, I can imagine it's a bit rankling, but at the same time, I figure every day you spend concerning yourself with the idea that something important has been taken from you is another day that an old dead asshole wins. So, might as well just ignore it and continue on with life and just find things that are fun instead.
And so I have. Yeah. I built all this and our organization, and I continue to accumulate knowledge and power. I try not to let it bother me.
A little bit. Should the opportunity come by and find a way to, put some action back in Snatch Town, we'll do so. It might happen. We've done ridiculous things already. You never know when we might be able to, assert a conglomeration of the gods just to do some little hoodoo on your fun place.
Anyway. So that's me, anyway. Now you know what it is that you work for. Who you work for.
Yeah, who? Do yourself the favor there. Not so much a what. Although it's nice to know that there is some kind of label by which to make reference.
Although
Sorry for bringing up the marginally more painful portion, and my bad.
Although I'd like to ask you all not to go gossiping about me.
Deal. Not that I think anyone would believe us anyway, mind you. We kind of have that impression of giving off that we're a bunch of, crazy homeless people. Don't know what it is.
That's just adventurers.
Leans over towards Mierah and whispers, "Hey, Mierah."
Yeah?
About the boss. I think she can cast magic. He's back.
I wasn't gonna do it. Jeez. Also, it's really weird that you're all on eye level again.
Yeah, but she told us not to whisper about her or gossip about her.
It's true. It's true. She'd know. She'd know.
Yeah, she could cast magic on you. I'll tell her I said that.
Yeah, it's true. I won't. Secret's safe with me. She'll never know.
That's good.
Yep.
Like openly talking about this.
Yep. Just side eye. How long is our actual journey to this?
It's a few hours.
Yeah, Mierah probably scores a nap in between gorging on food.
I want to see the roof.
Want to see the roof?
Is the roof on fire?
I don't know. Is it?
I think you'd know if the roof was on fire.
No, we wouldn't. The thing is made of metal. How would we know?
Sure, someone would know. It would probably notice.
No, how would we know? It's a metal.
I mean, someone would probably start screaming.
Might be an
Why?
alarm. So you want to see the roof of the train as it's going?
What? Yeah.
Well, there is a window. There is.
Please don't climb out the windows. Hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
Don't worry, it'll grow back.
It's still kind of horrifying, but alright.
Well, just leans forwards and says, "Don't worry, you've seen my insides before."
That just stares directly into your eyes, just does not feel anything at this point.
Well, Sophie doesn't blink, he just looks at you, remember?
That Sophie, Sophie cheats at staring contests.
Yes, she does. One more reason not to feel bad about acing her.
What kind of person cheats at a staring contest?
A monster cheats at a staring contest. Looking at you through technically see-through closed lids.
So you want to get to the roof, Sophie.
I asked the conductor if there's anyone here.
There's anyone here?
You know, like a conductor or...
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, there are like
service,
people, there are like...
What's the word? Service folk. That's the name.
Yeah, I mean, like, there are people working the train, and someone did come by to stamp your tickets. So yeah, there are people who work on the train.
So I asked them if there's any possibility to see the roof while the train is in transit. Or is that thing no?
No. When you ask about seeing the roof, they will remind you, please don't leave the train while it's in motion.
Well, I'm not leaving it.
It's for your own safety.
My head out. If I stick a head out, I'm not leaving it. I'm still in it.
And the windows of your car can be opened, but we ask you not to. Please try to keep your limbs inside the train at all times. It is strictly for your own safety that you stay seated in the train while it is in motion.
How so? What sort of dangers are we looking at?
You do not know what could happen. There could be some kind of an animal could be like a bird could be flying alongside the train, and perhaps you just have that bad luck and you stick your hand or head outside to look around and you just collide with it. Or perhaps the foliage on the sides of the track have not been properly trimmed and there is a branch and you just happen to stick your head out at the right time and it clips you.
Would that equate to being hit with the force equal or exceeding that of a concentrated armor-piercing explosion?
I'm not sure. It would likely such a collision would likely severely injure or kill you, as the train does move very fast.
Oh, if it doesn't exceed that, then don't worry. It just taps her head. You can hear a metallic clank. I'm a bit more durable.
Durability aside, I again must ask you to keep your limbs inside the train cars at all times, ma'am. I cannot stress this enough.
Well, it's just
not safe.
Well, neither is going on the train. So in a sort of way, we're already in danger.
Well, yeah, I suppose there's always a chance for an accident, but the train's much safer inside. There's a very, 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 very low chance of any accidents happening. You are very safe here inside of the train.
Well, I don't know if you're gonna, if you have planned to rob the train, and when I turn my back, you will just stab me in the back, and then loot my dying body of its valuables.
What? Ma'am, I do not like the
accusations. Is that your actual plan?
I do not like these accusations. I'm not going to harm you.
Is there actually? Can I see if there's a hatch leading to the roof or something?
Well, I don't know. Where are you in the train? Where exactly do you think you are?
Well, again, let's see. If I moved around out of my boots and like between the carts, and then there's just, you know, there are always emergency hatches and shit.
Well, if you have traveled the length of the cars that you are able to move through, there's the 2 passenger cars, and there is on the front end, then there is the engine car. And then behind the 2 passenger cars, there's the dining car. And after that, it is the freight cars. And while there are doors between each and every car, the ones in the dining car and the passenger cars are sealed, like doorway paths between the 2 cars, so you're not exposed to the wind and the elements. But there is a gap. There is an uncovered gap between the dining car and the freight car in the rear.
Interesting. Cool. That's my next destination then.
Ma'am, perhaps we should. I could take you back to your car, or back to your room, where it is safe. Come, please. Let's just get you back to your car, ma'am.
I know I'm old, but I don't look senile, do I?
No, of course not.
Fucking acting senile.
No, of course not, ma'am. That's not at all what I'm saying.
So you think I need to be protected all alone by your strong hands? Is that what you're saying?
Sophie has turned into that customer.
She is that customer.
She's like one bad haircut away from going, can I speak to your manager?
No, just walks up to the place where I can check to see the sights. Because you can't see much out of a fucking window unless you stick your head out.
I mean, no, there are windows. Like, there are windows.
Get your head knocked off.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It'll grow back.
That's instant death, motherfucker.
No. If you lose, that's kind of how. If your head goes away, you fucking die. It doesn't matter how much regeneration you have. If you lose your head, you die.
And even if the head grew back, it wouldn't be the same you. Then you have the clone theory going on there.
No, the regeneration
your
will not.
Identity is gone.
The regeneration will not regenerate your memories when you fucking lose your brain. And your head will die because the regeneration ring is not attached to your head.
Now, if you had a regeneration earring, you could make an argument for coming back from getting beheaded, although you would appear in the middle of, like, a field somewhere after getting your head smashed off by a train.
And it would take weeks for your body to regenerate, and you'd just be a head sitting in the ditch.
Meanwhile, wolves come and just gnaw on your head.
Yeah, also there's that
then regenerating.
You starve to death while you're just a head.
Yeah. You'd die. You'd probably die of You'd actually die of exposure.
The wolves take you back to their lair where they constantly eat your regenerating body, and you spawn a new race of super wolves while you're just like a head generating neck meat for them.
They're just nibbling on you constantly for the rest of your days.
For the rest of eternity.
People die when they are killed. Yes, that's very true. Yes. Anyway, so what are you doing now, Sophie?
Goes to the place there where I can actually have a peek.
Where are you going?
To the back there. Yeah, that you told me.
Okay. As you are going with your titanic perception, you will note that there is a somewhat concerned train conductor, just vaguely following you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's nice. I got some company.
Okay, so you go to you go through the passenger cars and you make your way to the dining car. There are people eating, one of which is Mierah.
Hey, Mierah. Bye, Mierah.
Mierah, you note that there is a train conductor following Sophie around. He looks worried.
I think Skull is doing cocaine or something.
Maybe getting something more to drink. Back in a moment, Scow needs more medicine and to find something that looks like food. Okay, yeah. So Mierah is eating. Scow is looking for food as well. All right. So you're in the dining car now.
You okay? Yes, that's exactly what happens.
Jesus. Oh God. He's eating Scow out? Yes.
Okay. And we keep walking, make sure we can get to our destination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
If you try to leave through the back of the car, you will find that the door is locked.
Ah. You see this place is locked.
And you will see through the little window. You see that there is just you can see the next car, and that also has a door, but there is nothing like the passage between is essentially exposed, and there's a foot of just clearance between the two cars, where they are like linked together. There's this a little platform on one end of your car, and there's a little platform on the end of the next car, and then there's just open air. And you can imagine, it's quite windy out there.
Cool. Just cups above our heads to like look through the glass. Ooh. Nice. Let's check. How well locked is it?
I mean, it's a locked door. Like you pull
what
on.
kind of lock is it?
It looks like a key. Like there's a key lock for it. And it looks like a door. It just looks like a lock on a door.
Yeah, regular.
Yep.
Interesting. Well, is Mr. Concerned behind me?
He's in the car, yes, and if you turn to look, and you see that he is there in the car, and he is going about. I don't know. He just seems like he's going about his business, but he is like kind of like keeping an eye on you.
Mm-hmm. I'll test how strong is this door. If it
I mean,
how does it open?
I mean, the door's made of metal.
Yeah, but which way? Does it feel like it opens like a slide door, or does it open like
Oh, it's a sliding door.
out?
It's a sliding door.
Okay.
You unlock it, and it will like then slide to one side. Can't even imagine trying to open or close a door like on a moving train if it has to move in or out. Oh my god.
Well, they did before. Up to like the 1970s or so.
Regardless, it will move like it is a sliding door.
Okay, cool. Now, how strong does it feel like it is?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a nice looking door. It's clearly made of metal, but it's got like a wooden, like a polished wood inlay for it, so it looks nicer, not just a bare metal door. It does look like it does look like a steel door though.
Interesting.
Well, I guess it's iron, I guess. It is like clearly kept in good condition. It's not falling apart either.
Oh, that's good to know. That's really good to know. Hopefully it still stays in good quality.
No, hopefully.
So, can I turn finger into a lockpicking device? I can use my lockpicking tools and open it.
I mean, if you have lockpicking tools, you can give it a disable device check, or I guess it is a finesse check. I can't remember what the fucking. I think finesse. It's a finesse check. Yeah, then you can make a finesse check to pick the lock on the door.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
$34. Okay, you stick you open your finger opens up and the lock pick comes out like Inspector Gadget, and then you just jam it in the hole and you wiggle it around and you feel it click and you unlock the door. fairly quickly.
Very cool. So, nice. Slide the door open. Go over the corpse.
Ma'am, wait, how did you get the door open? Miss? The attendee.
Such a fucking troublemaker, you shit stirrer. Why? Why are you doing this to these poor fucking people?
Mierah, by the way, okay, you weren't here for, but you're in the dining car, right?
Yeah.
This is happening in the car with you.
Yeah, but like, Sophie, for fuck's sake, leave these poor people alone and just sit down.
The train conductor is like walking to the back rear of the car where Sophie is trying to escape.
Look, Mr. Conductor, she gets kind of claustrophobic, and frankly, there's very little in this world that could kill or even really harm her particularly. So she's probably fine, but at the same time, Sophie, stop being a pest.
Is she your friend, ma'am?
We're work colleagues. I would say yes as friends as well, but sometimes she can be trying.
Would you please assist me, if it's not too much trouble, to help bring her back into the safety of the train?
I mean, she's safe anywhere she goes, and she could probably kick my ass if I'm entirely honest. But at the same time, Sophie, come on.
Sophie, please sit down.
Sit the fuck down.
This is so fucking funny. I've just been laughing for the last like half an hour.
At least you're enjoying it, so.
I really am, but this poor conductor. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's just you can't see anything.
There are windows literally all over the sides of the cars. You just can't see the roof. You can see outside. You just can't see the roof.
Yeah, which it means everything. Your view window is just straight out of the window. It's like you can't see shit.
You can see fine.
It's countryside. What is there more to see?
Well, a lot more than four walls on a window.
I'm fairly certain that you can see clearly now, because the rain has gone.
I mean, you have the door open now, and the wind is like blowing into the car. You can see the sky from where you are now, because the door is open.
Is there a bar on this train?
You're in, I mean, there's the dining car, which ostensibly has alcohol.
Cadia is gonna go get a fucking drink.
You're gonna get a
first fucking drink.
Yeah,
fine. Done.
Yep, I just gonna like grab the bottle, pour her a glass as well, and clunk the bottle back down again.
Alright, you're gonna get a bottle of rum or wine or whatever. Some whiskey.
Done.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard liquor, I think.
Yeah, you can get some hard liquor from the dining car you're in.
Well, at least if I can see the sky, it's looking nice.
Well, some of it does. I mean, if you look towards the left-hand side of the train, over the mountains, you can see the clouds are black as night, and there's like thunder, and there's like occasional lightning flashes. It looks awful in there, wherever that is.
It looks awesome.
That looks like someone's doing an evil monologue in the vicinity.
No, it looks like there's shit to blow up over there.
There's adventure in that direction.
Yeah. Adventure! And to the right we see peaceful, calm, serene countryside. Picturesque.
Well, sorta, yeah. It's a lot less Mordor over there.
Ah, nice. Ah, fresh air. Okay. That's good. Close the door.
Okay.
Ah.
All right, the door closes.
There we go.
Double jeopardy for murder. Also, this is just a random aside point, but I've noticed that the bottom of Hearn's token makes it look like he pisses straight acid in puddles.
He probably does.
There you go, look at that, he's just peeing acid. Either that or someone left a colander next to some melted cheese.
I honestly don't know what this token is from.
Dragon Age.
That is from Dragon Age.
Is it?
Yep.
Yep.
I have no idea what that is then. Gold, maybe?
A hound from the void. And that is probably just a pool of just fucking monster piss.
Yeah, that's just weird fucking fade juices.
Fade juices.
You just gotta really squeeze that fade, gotta milk it.
You know, that actually looks like a green dick underneath there, if you think about it.
Oh, what? When the icon is small, it looks like he's just rocking a green... Oh my god, you're right, it's got like the head and the goober and everything.
Oh my god.
Yes!
Can we please go on an adventure, for the love of God?
He's not
I
very
don't know, I
but
think
he's
you guys have been on an adventure for this whole session. Since you got on the train.
I just want to go back to hunting
we're going on an
artifacts.
adventure.
Doing our
Hunting
job.
artifacts.
And my
Isn't
job
like-
is apparently
isn't,
just
the
wrangling
base
Sophie now.
peril right now.
Well, I mean, you succeeded in getting Cadia to drink.
Oh yeah, we did accomplish that. That was nice.
Yeah, you drove me to drink.
You drove Cadia to drinking.
Holy shit, actual fucking emotions other than discontent and scorn. Applaud.
No, those are still there.
Those are still, no, those haven't gone away.
Like I said, other than. We have something other than.
In
discontent
addition
and
to,
scorn.
might be the
Yes,
Yeah.
that is indeed true. That was the word.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Holy shit,
I'm not
it's
sure
almost
what
like
the
you
other
can-
emotion is supposed to be, unless alcoholism is an emotion.
Alcohol. I don't know. I'm sure some people would agree with that statement.
Oh yeah, alcohol is definitely an emotion. Well, an emotional state, but anyway. So yes, I say I thank you for time I'm given to steal.
just tipping the motherfucker.
From somewhere on a dining cart table, we just hear a thunk.
Ma'am, you can keep the money. Just let's. As long as you stay
Just
in
already
the
walking
train.
away from him.
It's just,
Like,
just looks at. He just looks at you. Just watches you leave, then looks at like Mierah and Cadia.
I'd just take them.
Sighs and then locks the door.
Yeah.
Sighs, locks the door again. Like,
She do what she want.
I need to get a wizard to put an arcane lock on this door.
That
would
would
only
not
make
have
her try
stopped her.
harder.
Just make it hard.
It would-
I mean, that would.
it-
I mean, that would
make it
add
harder to-
another like.
It would
10
add another
to
check,
it.
but yeah, what it would actually do is just make it harder to relock after she finished popping it.
She finds the magic. It's got a magic lock. She just casts a knock on the door. Then
I would
unlocks
like
it.
perception too when he's talking there. He like just zooms back over. You right?
God, why?
He called for magic.
I'm just gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna pull out like a hooded jumper. I'm gonna just put it on. I'm just gonna tuck it over my head and pretend that I'm not part of her party.
I don't know this woman anymore. I'm not with her.
I'm not here.
Sophie, don't make me order you to sit down.
I don't. don't need any magic, ma'am.
It's better. You have to go to the boss to tell her to order Sophie to stop being a child.
I'm fucking
Boss,
technically the
Sophie.
team leader.
Yeah, sure.
Was that
Boss,
before or
Sophie's
after
not
you
behaving.
abandoned us?
Yes.
Yeah, in fact, you're not, because you're the Taz from a different dimension. Our team leader's a big dragon in this plane of existence right now.
You know what? I will get the fucking dragon and tell you to come down here and sit the fuck down.
That would make more sense. I'd probably listen to that guy. He's a big fucking dragon. I'd listen to that fucking dragon.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, just since he said he didn't need help with magic. Okay. Walks back up.
Oh my god. Okay. Once Sophie has actually like left the car, his shoulders just slump, and he breathes a long sigh. Okay. He just checks the door to make sure it's locked. Gives it a bit of a dubious look, like, please, I don't want. Okay. And then just leaves. Then he goes. He's done. He goes back, to the front of the train. And everything, the hours of train travel to the number. I know, right? And to think I was planning something else for this entire train trip. Jesus Christ. I did not need to.
No.
There was more than enough filler here. Holy shit.
You should know by now that at
It
this
was
point,
supposed to.
this is just the faff around game.
There was literally, this train trip was either going to be an encounter, or the train, and then you guys get on the train. There's like 10 minutes of exposition, and then you're at your destination. Not like an hour of fucking around on the train. Oh, anyway. So is there any other business for the train?
I don't know, is the food any good? Because I think Mierah ate lots of it.
I mean, yeah, the food's alright, yeah?
Good. There you go, that's all I needed. At some point I'll do squats, I don't know. Mierah, it turns out, is quite self-conscious about her booty.
Okay. Are you all... Okay, you are. Alright, so you after a while, you get the same conductor comes down and opens your door, sees you guys. His eyes immediately will track to Sophie to see if she's still there, and noticing that she is in fact in her seat, he will just say, "We are nearing our destination. We will only be another 10 minutes before we come into the station." And then he closes the door and presumably continues down the line of rooms to inform all the passengers that they are nearing their destination. And yeah, it doesn't take much longer before you guys find the train coming, rising in elevation before all the light coming down through the window just goes away, and all the light there is comes from the internal lighting of the train. And it's like that for about maybe a minute. You can clearly feel the train decelerating fairly quickly, and eventually the light comes back, and you see some of the city that you are now in. That is the interior of Mordenthal. And I will drag you over to that map.
Neat.
You have arrived in Mordenthal, one of the great dwarven cities. The station is As you depart, the station is much like the one you left several hours ago. Although it is run by dwarves, you can see that there is a lot of activity, much like the last one. This time they are unloading all of the equipment that was brought up, along with all of the soldiers. Although you and yours are ushered further into the station to, if you had any luggage, collect it and be entering the city itself, which is what you see before you. Is a very multi-tiered, multi-leveled city built within the mountain, with many crisscrossing pathways and bridges linking all these different towering levels and structures built in great columns or into the very sides of the mountain itself. And as you are departing the station, let's see, who would it be? You. Who left the best impression? I suppose it would be. You see a dwarf, who seems to be standing on something. So he is above the others, and he is holding up a sign. A sign that that clearly reads in very blocky, very straight dwarven lettering that says in common, but not in dwarven, but it is in common. It is very stylized to be done by a dwarf. It is says Bleaksworthy on it. I'm now bound to a chair. My headset has run out of power.
Hooray, look at you. You're stuck here like the rest of us.
I'm stuck here now.
Good.
Bounce your leg.
Okay.
So yeah, seems to be someone waiting for you, or someone going by your names.
Well, I'll be, shall we?
Well, didn't know you had friends living here.
Well, I mean, they're possibly expecting us. And I have friends everywhere. Or family. I try not to think too hard about that part.
Let's see what our dwarf wants.
Yeah, shall approach. Hi there. My name is Mierah Bleaksworthy.
Bleaksworthy?
That's correct.
Ah, good. Wow, you're quite a bit taller than I thought you were going to be.
Yeah, it's a semi-recent change. For me, it's been like this for hundreds of years for you guys.
Well, that's great, as long as I got the right person.
That's correct. Presumably, unless there are other Bleaksworthies around here.
No,
it's
a possibility.
Now it's something I'm suddenly concerned about.
No, message was quite clear, told to wait here for the train and for someone of the Bleaksworthy name to come out and find me here with the sign. I was to pass on a message for you.
Oh, excellent. Please, pass away. Pass on the message.
He will reach into a bag and will pull out a rolled up scroll and will hold it out to you.
And I shall
It
accept the
reads,
scroll.
"You're under arrest. Go directly to jail. Do not collect 200 gold."
It's just a dick pic. Damn you, Kalira!
In character. She's the goddess of trickery, after all.
It's no. It's just a gif. I get fucking dick slapped by it.
So, what does it say?
I shall give it a read. I prepared explosive runes today.
That's weird. Why would someone write that down on the scroll?
My favorite thing to do as a character is to when I'm passed a message in secret is to announce it like that. I prepared explosive runes today, and then watch and see if other people will panic. It's the good shit.
It's always funny.
It is. It really
Unless
is.
you're Sophie, then it might not be so funny.
Then it actually happens.
Then the one time it actually happens.
Hey, at least I could take the hit.
Yeah, it left you at 1 hit point.
Not gonna lie, it's a trick I want.
0.
I wanted to learn that trick on Crasher. I wanted to learn explosive runes, but I realized that the way that Dispel Magic works is that it would very likely bungle on me automatically, and then kill me and everyone near me.
Yeah, that seems correct.
The odds of a Dispel occurring and it just killing everyone is so high in 5e compared to Pathfinder, where the priority is differently labeled. There you go.
Right, there are 2 items in this like bound scroll. There is a message, and then there's another piece, and then there is another piece of paper. The message is a greeting, and it tells you that they have been waiting for that I've been waiting for you, and you are to, if you really want to help out. You need to go to. Yeah, you have to go to the Mordenthal's High Command.
Okay.
And there are some directions.
Delightful.
And the other parchment is a dick pic.
It looks like a piece of official like documentation.
Is this to get over to the bigwigs of Mordenthal?
Yeah, to get you to where you're supposed to go, or where this letter is directing you to.
I will announce that I'm only slightly disappointed it isn't some kind of lurid imagery. And I flip it over and see if it magically changed into a dick pic, and I'll frown if it doesn't. Oh. Alright, so I've got our way to the High Commander Mordenthal, you guys.
Yay?
Oh.
Yeah, apparently we got to go there and say hi if we want to properly help out.
I mean, I guess.
I thought you liked dwarves.
I never said I didn't. Oh.
Well, I'm more unhappy that we have to spend extra time on the way. But whatever.
Well, I mean, they had those, like, army-looking people all sort of organizing themselves. Would be kind of a pain in the ass if we went lich hunting and then they all just sort of got in the way and died horribly.
You make a fair point. Let's go.
Yep. And then I will, flip the messenger steel and thank him for his, business.
He will snatch it out of the air, and we'll give you a smile, give you a grin. And then we'll tip a hat at you, and then we'll be on his way.
Milady.
I should get a nice hat. I don't know. Do you think I'd suit
It is
hat?
No.
It is very common. Almost everybody has a hat.
I suppose it's possible the hat for me would steal some of the gravitas away from these sweet, sweet ears, which I will then wiggle pointedly.
I'm amazed you didn't say breasts, but I don't know. Maybe a wizard hat would work for you. All big and
Could you
pointy.
imagine me with a big old hat? I don't know.
Eh.
I I rest my Zagara statue on my head and pull into place a wizard's hat, and everyone gets a nosebleed. I hope the streams are crossing over again.
Oh no, not again.
Good thing I don't bleed.
Grey goo comes out of your nose. And then it turns into bimbo armor. Yay!
Yay!
Oh,
Also, I'd like to remind you that a certain goo is smarter than anyone else in the party.
It's true, that goo is
Yes.
a collection of medical nanites, but still.
That's how she
They
was
also,
created.
like, oh my gosh, like, totally love cock.
Well,
I'm
think
talking
about
about fucking what's her butt, Elsie.
Elsie.
Oh yeah, no, she's great.
She's also smarter
but
than
what is
anyone
she-
in the party.
Is she actually a higher? Is she
Yes.
17 or 18?
She's
She's
19.
19.
19? Shit, yeah, she is smarter than the pie. We can just get her doing
Yeah.
basic maths.
19 inch. That's mine.
For fucking good. That's pretty good.
It's a fucking grey goo with 19 int and 5e. It's not only that, it's 19 int and 19 charisma. Because it's from a magical item. A magical item that I'm sure Kino wishes was on his character, but is instead, it's made the
And
goo
nobody
owns it
is enough of
so-
a douchebag to just take it
Yeah.
from the grey goo.
Exactly, the goo is not only too pleasant, she's so fucking endearing with 19 charisma that it's impossible to think bad things of her.
Indeed.
If we could train her in persuasion, she'd be an unstoppable force.
Yeah, you need to give her, like, split levels of wizard and paladin. It'll be great.
Mm-hmm. Not just give her bard levels, are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking with bard levels, she'd be a monster.
Goo Bard with 19 int and charisma.
Yeah, exactly. Give it the law bard. You have a second. It'll be like a second goat. It would be dope. We could double down on
goot?
goatery. A goot.
A goot.
No, it's Canadian.
Oh.
Her name would be Else Air, the goot.
Else A. Else A. Else A. Oh, jeez.
Now you're just thinking of it. Every person you know who's got the very heavy Canadian accent saying Elsie, and you're like, oh no, it's true.
My other Canadian friend who like lives right around Kinathis' area,
It's a lumberjack.
his World of Warcraft character is named Elsie.
Ah.
In fact, his name in our Fen chat is Elsie.
Oh well, we all know what's a boot then.
Oh, you mean that person who's fucking never talked?
Ever.
Except when we play games, and I drag him into chat. We can play games.
Never seen this person before. I had to check.
Yeah.
There was a person named Elsie. In fact, I've never heard of this person.
They're my oldest friend. They live right around Kinathis area.
Oh yeah, so there they are playing World of Warcraft.
But-
I'll be damned.
I hope
They've
they
been
like
playing
weird
World of
fetish
Warcraft for
porn.
22 hours.
Yeah,
Baby
just looking at that, like,
Holy
wow.
shit. Baby
Probably
hell.
left it on.
Yeah, sure.
Third, but that's not really a long time. You're like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Not as young as DCL.
Yeah, see? Savin is just slightly older than DCL, so I like.
I was really hoping no one would just bring up my age, but yeah.
Kids, get off my lawn.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're too. What's the word? You're too much whiskey
What?
for
He
your
doesn't
age.
drink.
No, he is whiskey for his age.
I don't know what that means.
Like, when you hear Savin talk and he just normal, without talking about things he likes or anything, you can't really pin him that he's like 17 years old.
Yeah, yeah. Like a 16-year-old Tennessee Jew. It's hard to tell when he talks normally.
When he
God
talks about
damn.
D&D, he sounds like 40.
That is true. That's because his D&D tastes are 40 years old.
Yeah,
different.
that is
Yeah,
literally
see,
true.
See, that's what I mean. He's a whiskey. He's seriously like, it sounds, and whiskey tastes way fucking older than
That
it
it actually
is.
is. You know what? Yeah, no, okay, the metaphor did, and it took a bit for my brain to get there, but yeah, no, that comes together pretty neatly.
It's just a 17-year-old whiskey, but it tastes like a 40-year-old whiskey with a neckbeard.
Yeah.
Wow,
no,
excuse you. My beard is fucking immaculate.
I've
Pistols
but
at
I mean,
consumed that whiskey before.
Your tastes in D&D
are very neckbeardy.
Your AD&D love.
What? No, that's not
neckbeard.
neckbeardy. That's actually fuck. AD&D belongs to all the bullshit, dude. It's murder, like pure murder.
It's true, but it's also it is the kind of murder that you would expect from a DM wearing a fedora.
No.
I don't get hints
them to.
No, not fedora,
No,
just
no,
the beard.
No, just neckbeard.
No.
Okay.
No.
Anyway, so we're off to the bosses of modern Thor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's already
we're
late.
never getting to the end of this campaign.
No, this campaign doesn't end.
You're just gonna half of every session is just gonna be faff.
God, why?
We're gonna be those two withered fucking corpses in the Cube movie.
I think Cadia is gonna permanently shack up in a bar. Until the party's like, okay, we're done here. So she could just be like, finally, okay, I'm back on duty.
Mierah's gonna stomp in like fucking Tychus in the StarCraft 2 opening. Now, Cadia, what are you doing in a washed up place like this?
Waiting for you fuckers to stop faffing about.
It all used to mean something,
Killing
Mierah.
literally any big thing that crosses your path.
Yeah, but it's fun. The problem is we can't fucking get there.
We'll get there eventually.
Goddamn 2 months.
I'm slowly forcing you in the right direction. Very gradually.
Super powered wizard and a god just cast greater teleport.
But we don't know where the fucker is.
It's called a map.
That's what we're here for, to get a goddamn map.
It's called a divination spell.
The fuck?
Look it up.
Alright, you know what, fine. Why don't you give us an exact plan that we can actually execute so we can get the fuck to Hedrah, kill his shit, and then leave?
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
God damn it.
So,
you're on your own on that one.
So, back to fucking slowly grinding our way through this adventure. We are all stuck in this rowboat in the middle of the desert, just fucking slowly rowing.
Rowing
We're gonna
through the
fucking
sand.
get there eventually, but nobody's willing to get out and push. So we go to the Dwarven command post.
No, that's not true. You got out and pushed, like in the past when you asked Holly to do things for you. You got out and pushed then, but no one's done anything. Anyway, so are you actually going to go and follow the directions on the fucking piece of paper?
Yes.
What level spells can you cast, Sophie?
Yes.
9 up to 9.
Now, I forget. Dynamic lighting supersedes fog of war, right?
Yeah, you don't need both of them on. If you have advanced fog of war and dynamic lighting, that's the way to go generally.
Fog of war trumps dynamic lighting. So if you have something that's covered by fog of war, it doesn't matter if you have like sight, you still can't see it. So you don't really want fog of war on.
Yeah, you can put advanced fog of war on.
Oh, it is a good thing I checked the settings, because I put down the dynamic lighting. I didn't actually take it off as being enabled, though. That would have been embarrassing.
You can just see all of Kinathis' little hastily scribbled penises.
No, that's right. Anyway, so you follow directions, and it leads you deep into the city, to a specific, like, clearly well-defended building, like, very built into the mountain itself, like in one of these towering pillar constructs. You are stopped by a number of fully armed and armored dwarven guards who demand what you want to demand what you are, what your business is.
I will hold up a letter of introduction and ask if we can see the High Command, please.
They'll take the they'll take the paper off of you and look through it. They'll like talk like talk to each other, and then they'll like look at you and then look at the paper and then like well,
What the fuck was that?
don't ignore any sounds that you hear. Don't worry about that.
Your roommate's fucking.
It's a fucking goddamn Furby?
Yeah. Oh my god, it did sound like a Furby.
Just ignore the sounds in the background. Don't worry about that. Okay. The dwarves will let you through the gate. We'll hand you the paper back, and then we'll let you through. And then they will let you know that they are expecting you on the second floor, up on the third floor. And ask if you need directions. Do you need an escort?
Yes.
Okay. Well, the one guard who handled your paper will like point at one of the other guys. We'll tell him to go, and then we'll detach, and we'll gruffly ask you to follow him. And eventually we'll lead you to a hallway. I swear to God, if I fucking forgot how dynamic lighting and all this shit works and I fucked up and everything can be seen, I'm going to be a little annoyed. What do you see?
I see everything.
I see a
I just
corridor.
see this hallway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see hallway.
I can see the memory of this door here. It looks like you didn't reset lighting when it was being set up at one point. But at the same time, like, I can't see contents inside it.
What? The hallway? The door?
So, there's a door here, right?
Yes.
Past that room, I can see the outlines of, like, this much map here. So it looks like while you were setting it up, I must have had vision for it, and Advanced Fog of War has left the memory there. But now that it's cut off, it's just like an empty expanse, so it's not doing anything bad for me. And then the reality is I can only live see, like, this bit of hallway here.
A giant gray hat. Okay, so you are led to what looks like a pair of guarded like double doors that are, and the soldiers outside. Not dwarven soldiers, but at all. By the way, they are two of each. The two individuals are each a different race. One you can tell from the tail and the ears is a catfolk, and the other is a much taller, more stockily built individual. And you see a pair of like tall horns sticking out from the top of their helmet, and they are very clearly. While the catfolk is a man, this is quite obviously a woman.
No.
No.
Hi there.
The dwarf. Oh, okay. You go. Go ahead.
No interrupting the cutscenes, people.
Yeah.
No, please.
Yeah, I introduce myself to whichever one is the one closest. Hi there. We're here to speak to the High Command. Got a little letter of introduction? I thought your headset ran out of power.
No. To see the High Command, they'll hold out a hand to the...
Pass the writ over?
Yeah. He will look it over. Oh. Ah, I see.
Yep.
All right. One moment, please. He will go to the door and we'll open the door a little bit. We'll knock it and we'll look inside. And you can make a perception check if you want to, like, you can hear what's going on inside.
Sure. Bam.
Yeah, that's fine. Push my button here.
Good old Tazran luck, still fucking in place. Haven't rolled over
we
5.
Both rolled 15s.
Sophie and Mierah both can clearly hear it. Taz, no. I guess not. That cannot. You do hear there is a conversation going on inside the room that you can hear for a brief moment before the guard gets their attention. The attention of those that are inside. I don't like this plan of yours. We should just... I don't understand why we are waiting. We should simply attack now. And furthermore, who are these individuals we are waiting for? Where have they been hiding all this time? This has got to be a trap. I understand your
motherfucker.
I understand your concern, and truthfully, I am a little bit wary as well. I would have thought we would have heard of such great heroes already, but if Kalira said these people, Kalira says she knows them, and I would believe her. I understand your usual wariness, Sig, but I believe we should trust her on this. Besides, we need all the help we can get if we're going to destroy Hedrah once and for all.
I'll lean over.
I'm out.
I think they're saying things about us.
All right. They will let you. They will. Then their conversation will be interrupted by the guard, and there'll be there'll be a whispered conversation somewhat, and then the guard will nod to the other, and they will open the door for you and allow you inside. And I will just open the dynamic lighting here in just a moment. And no, that's the wrong button. That's the right button.
You can do it, Kina. We believe in you.
You can do it. There, the dynamic lighting is gone. You can enter at your leisure.
Well,
Oh shit! It's these nerds.
That's fantastic.
oh shit! Hey.
Yes. This is, as you enter, you see what is very clearly a war room. There's a very large table that is covered in maps and maps and papers. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 individuals all crowded around of numerous different races. You can clearly see the fluffy tails of a kitsune. There's next to her is a tall and voluptuous cow, and who is having a heated discussion with a equally tall and imposing, more human-like figure, covered in paint, like white, very clearly war paint, and next to her is a catfolk in armor. There is a fairy and there is a second catfolk, a female, dressed up in more like a robish attire with a multitude of pockets and a very large, very well-stocked looking bag next to them. And in addition to that, there is a tall elven woman in a very ornate and delicate looking silver armor. There's a squat and hardy looking dwarf, and there is a tall human individual with a long leather coat and a wide tricorn-esque hat. And at your entry, a number of them stop talking and they turn to look at you.
What's up?
Oh, hello in the house.
I believe that Sub-Goddess has asked for some big amazing heroes to turn up and fucking kill the shit out of some lich guy who sounds like a serious asshole.
The bovine woman will look at you all, and then we'll look at the kitsune next to her. So you are the heroes that we have heard about?
Not too much about, I should hope. Very much under the radar.
Clearly, we've not heard of any of you. Came to a surprise that Kalira herself would told us of you, and we are to expect you in to assist us in getting rid of Hedrah.
Absolutely.
And the kitsune in question will stand from her seat, and will smile, and she will look at you all. Ah, yes. This is definitely them, my friends. It has been a very long time since I've seen any of you.
Yeah, you're going black
Things
hair.
have changed. Things have changed quite a bit. But I hope you still recognize me.
Well, the black hair is a definite change. Come here, give Mierah a big ol' hug.
She will smile and will approach and will hug you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kitsune.
Yeah, big hug.
I'll give you a hug.
Into the chest room she goes.
Yep. Disappear into the squish. Hugs.
Oh my god. Jesus, that was loud.
Did one of your roomies get a megaphone?
Yeah, no kidding, right? After that, she will disentangle herself and will guide. Please, come. We were just discussing our plans for our assault on Hedrah's keep, on his territories.
Huh? I figured we'd just walk in and kick his ass.
The war paint covered Amazonian woman speaks up and will like pound a fist on the table and will point at you. See, I'm not the only one who believes that a full direct assault is what we need. All this planning is just getting in the way.
Wait,
I mean, I figured we'd handle that. What do you mean assault? Are you guys like literally tooling up like a big old army thing?
Well, one of the others will the elf will turn around, will point out the map for you. Yes, we have a plan in the works, so we are putting the final touches on. And I'll bring you to another map. A new map here. As you are directed to a map of the region, which there are dozens of little figurines representing armies and troop movements.
Oh shit! They're playing Warhammer Fantasy.
You think that there's nothing? The Warhammer Fantasy map we play on is fucking ridiculously big. It's like a 50 by 50 map, and as you scroll into maximum zoom, it vaguely looks as big as this map right now, and it's in high def. It's impressive.
Nice. No, I meant that they were playing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're totally playing Warhammer Fantasy. Don't worry, I hear that the Frostworms get 5+ armor saves. It's not too bad.
So,
oh, sweet. Involved save that?
Maybe.
As you can see, we are here in Mordenthal, and over here we have the area on this continent that Hedrah has destroyed and has made as his beachhead.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Each of these tokens here represents some hundreds or thousands of undead abominations that he has risen from God's only nowhere into the army that he has landed. He has flights of undead dragons at his beck and call. We have him pinned in for the most part. The mountains here provide a good defense, and there you have a shield wall from Mordenthal painting in these passes. We have a divided legion from Kalensburg and Greyguard protecting the eastern front here. Our navy has blockaded the mainland and has stopped any more captured ships from making landfall and adding to Hedrah's forces here. Right now we have a plan in action that will give us a chance to make a direct assault on Hedrah's own citadel.
And
okay.
Where is that exactly?
Let's see.
The
Cow Knight will point down right here, nestled inside of this mountain here. We have identified that there is a large structure built into the mountain. We believe it is his fortress, his headquarters here on this map, on this continent.
So
he is leading his forces. We know that he is we know that he is leading his forces directly.
So what you're saying is that you want us to raise that mountain and everything inside of it.
Well, that is the plan. Once our forces are in position. While our forces have been divided along his border and have been running delaying actions and skirmishes along, specifically just to stop him from moving too fast as we gather our forces for our assault. The Arunan 8th and 7th Legions are coming up from the south here, and they will meet with the divided 3rd Legion on the eastern front. There they will provide the distraction that we need. They have been heavily reinforced with war mages and to provide enough firepower to draw Hedrah's full attention onto the eastern front here. Their entire forces are primarily heavy infantry, supplemented by full cohorts of magi, all armed with large flashy area of effect spells, fireballs, lightning bolts, such things like that. Will cause a great deal of damage to a great many fiends in a short period of time, which will draw his undead legions to their position in order to try and stop this from destroying his beachhead. And then from there, once his forces have been drawn to the east, to the western side here, the 13th Battalion groups here will change direction from the Witchwood and will be moved with all haste to the shield wall on the eastern side, and we'll begin pushing in from there. From then, the dragons of Wormhold have agreed to lend their aid. Their forces who have been holding and defending the mountains here on the north, they will be drawn off and will attack the invading naval forces. 2 flights of dragons will attack the navy, and the 3rd will reinforce the shield wall and to counter the majority of their undead dragons. and lay waste to as much of their ground forces as they can. And while his armies have been pinned down by our forces, our elite strike team will take our newest and most powerful airship and will fly over the battlefield and will make a direct course for his citadel and destroy absolutely any opposition that it encounters, be it a dragon or any other flying creatures that might get in the way. They will be destroyed by the new weapons on this ship. After which it will, once it reaches its destination, the plan is to disgorge its strike force into the courtyard of into the citadel's courtyard, where then the ship will provide covering fire and will stop any of his forces from attacking the entranceway from the outside. Some of our forces will stay out at the gate and hold the gates while the rest storm inside and will confront Vectra directly. We are fairly confident that this plan will succeed in, at the very least, killing him once again, and providing us with a few hundred years of peace before he might show again. With any luck, we will find any kind of phylactery or whatever it is that keeps bringing him back, and we will destroy it if found. But so far, none have been able to figure out how he is being brought back. As of right now, the largest objective we have is to simply put an end to his crusade against us, and that will only happen when we kill him.
I mean, sounds simple enough. Cozy riot in the airship, and then a drop off, and then a simple lich destruction, and then we smash his phylactery into little powdery pieces, and I don't know, fucking snort it. Whatever's fun.
That is if we find it.
I'm sure we can find it. How hard can it be?
If it is the thing that is keeping him alive, it will no doubt be the most heavily guarded thing he possesses.
Or the least, because that's a cunning plan. However, I'm thinking on an entirely different level where I've countered his cunning plan. Unless he foresaw that and it is in the most heavily guarded place, but I fucking doubt it. What's the matter, Kina? Did I figure it out immediately?
No.
There was like a really long exhalation after. I was like, oh fuck, I nailed it.
No, it's just his phylactery is a salt mine.
We can probably find it.
Anyway, back to this map. And that is that is our plan so far. It is a bit too late. It is too late for us to stop it. It is already the soldiers are already in action. We are committed to this strategy at this point.
Well,
though, if you are willing, we would be happy to have you on our strike force to assist us in putting an end to Vetra.
Yeah, sure. Or you can join our strike force in the efforts to get rid of Vetra.
Yeah, you will be happy to come along.
Well, the more powerful individuals we have with us, the more likelihood that we will have the greater our chances of success. But I'm afraid I don't know any of your names.
I am the illustrious Mierah Bleaksworthy. That is Sophie. That is Cadia. That is Taz.
Tazran. I wrote.
Tazran. Iroka. Yeah, alright. That is Molly. Waiting over there outside because she's cool like that is Holly. And that's Poison Ivy.
Her name's Minerva.
That's Minerva. Minerva. Minerva.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, all of you. You already know Kalira, apparently.
Yep.
She'll gesture to the fox. I am Grand Knight Skeza, or Dylan Duskrender, of House Duskrender. She will give you a bow. The catfolk man will give you a similar bow. I am Lord Fergus of Castle Greyguard. The Amazonian woman will not bow. She will just look you all over. Name's Sig.
Is Sig still a dude in this timeline?
No.
Okay.
It is in fact a rather familiar. I'm sure some people have seen this face.
Yes.
This guy, that character before.
Well, time to get the flirt on.
I thought it was an appropriate token to use.
Yep.
Then you have the fairy will fly up in the air. Oh god, I have to ferry.
Yeah,
how does she feel about spider bears?
Spider bears. You know what? Hey, Third, you're here.
That might be.
You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to make you do it. I'm not going to ask you to do it. Never mind.
Bear?
No.
What's that? Celery?
What?
Some celery?
Celadry didn't make the spider bears.
Yeah.
No,
that was
Thea. That was
Thea was the spider bear.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I don't need salad. No, I don't need celadry. I just need to. I have to channel some Mierah for this.
Of course.
It takes a moment of mental fortitude.
What, to get in fairy mode?
To get into fairy mode.
It is a challenging mode.
Hey there, name.
Close.
Almost. I'm Archmage Celadry at your service. And then there's the catfolk woman will get up out of her chair and will start like looking at you guys because something strange about you. Your eyes are all you're not a human. No. You're a salamander?
Nope.
So like stare at Sophie like and we'll like
both get a weird
real close to Sophie and we'll like start poking. Like, you're not human either.
Neither are you.
Well, no. Well, no, I'm not. No.
Do you have an induction port for potions in your bag? You look around, you realize that every single member of the party uncomfortably adjusts their back armor because they've all been modified to receive butt potions.
You are really big.
Yes, I am. Hello there, cutie patootie.
Now, how did you get so big? I've never seen someone so big like this. You're not Titan. You don't have any. I can tell you don't have any Titan blood in you.
Nah, I was just around a shit ton of magic.
Interesting.
wait and see what you did for my penis. Also very big. Likely neither the time or the place, but you know, always worth mentioning that there's more to me than meets the eye, although most of that would be genitalia. I'm very shallow.
So magic did this to you.
Yep. Shit tons of it.
If you ever need anything, I have potions.
You don't say.
Yes. Yes, potions. If you have any, you find any having any needs, needs. I got the potions for you. I'll fix you right up.
I do to order.
Yeah. Can you make me a god? And then I will dramatically raise a hand.
What?
Well, I do have something in the works here.
That's just called cocaine. It'll make you feel like a god.
You know what? If you could just feel free to just
sign this dotted line here.
On a scale of 1 to epic level blasphemy, how bad is it to try and do cocaine off of a goddess's tits?
Dude, imagine a god doing cocaine.
Would she like to? I mean, she could do like a 13-inch line off my dong.
Like, well, let me show you
the most epic rail of white lightning ever snorted.
Yeah. I got extra strength. I got flavored. I have nice and mild, and I.
You really haven't changed, although I suppose it hasn't been a long time for you, has it?
Nope, it's been like a week.
I figured as much.
Sure, sort of shrug.
How's Tazia?
She's...
Well, that was a fucking sudden Discord crash.
She's well. She's with Mother.
At Dragon Place, or where's
no,
Mother?
no. She and August are, let's say they're retired.
Cushy holiday house / bang pad?
Yes, after the second time, she and... wait, no. There was an incident many years ago.
Right?
What?
There were like multiple cataclysms, right? That just sort of throw the hat in the ring after cataclysm number 2 or 3.
After the first one, really.
Bit of quittery, but at the same time, you know, everyone's entitled to their happiness.
Fairly uncomfortable about that. Whatever that. That line of discussion
have been the time when old Talion got nommed up?
Yeah.
Right. Fair enough. No, you can see where that would be a bit troubling for him.
They just decided to step out of the limelight for a long while afterwards.
More power to him.
Anyway.
They deserve.
Yeah, nothing wrong with hot couples banging. For like a millennia or 2. It gets challenging to, you know, keep the bedroom spicy when you've existed for that long.
Well, I'm sure they find ways.
I would be worried about some kind of boner-centric existential crisis.
I think they stay away from the forbidden arts, like hand-holding.
Oh yeah, well, no, of course, they're not monsters.
Yeah. Riva, the dreaded. She whispers this like conspiratorially missionary position.
Ooh. Next, they're going to be doing Eskimo kisses or some shit.
Oh my.
Whew. Fan myself.
Don't blast. Yeah.
Yeah. Mercy me.
Here.
The Skeza looks a little uncomfortable, like looking at you guys and hearing this. Like, what's wrong with hand holding?
What's wrong with
the lewdest? It's degeneracy of the highest form.
It is. It's true. It's true. We come from a different age, Milady Skeza. A different age.
I see.
It's far too intimate. It's much more normal to snort cocaine off of your lover's erection.
Uh-huh.
Or get incredibly drunk. And then start an orgy.
Or cough. She says under a cough. Or fuck a queen for 6 hours.
Hey, look, that happened once. Just for a really long time once. Maybe seconds in the morning. I can't remember particularly well.
Oh really? Let me just remind you of who had to pick up all your clothes off the floor.
Oh
across
God,
the city.
Right. Yeah. Well, there was that, and then there was also the Queen of the Demons too. I mean, that's technically Queen as well. I have a strange track record.
Well, at least it's less annoying than fighting the Hydras.
That thing wasn't so bad.
It's still tasty, though.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Reaches into her bag and starts cutting up a piece of the liver.
Yeah. Oh, Callie, I brought booze. I forgot. And then I rummaged quickly in my bag and pulled out wine.
Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Want some Hydra liver? It's delicious.
Let's see, was she there for that?
She was there for that.
She was there.
Yeah, she was there for that. We're like, yeah, you remember this shit? Fucking blossom the past.
Well, I guess you did. I guess it hasn't been that long.
No, that stuff keeps pretty well.
All right.
Especially if you preserve it nicely.
Yeah, for like a couple weeks.
I don't see why not, but perhaps we should save the discussions on our celebrations after the crisis has been dealt with.
Oh, right. You wanted us to raise a mountain from existence and every inhabitant in it? Okay, sure. Let's do that.
Rub my mitts together.
Yeah, one big crater coming right up.
One big crater. We've got this. Easy peasy.
Yep.
Well, hopefully it'll be easy. I somehow doubt it, but hopefully it will go well.
You know us. You've seen what we can do. It's okay. We got this.
You're right. Cadia is a professional spooker. She can make people who are immune to fear feel fear, which is an interesting concept.
See, this is why she's best to be around.
Yep.
I'm fearless. No, you're not.
I can set fire to fire.
My only
She'll... No, seriously, you can put the fear into gods, so... Of gods.
Well, assuming they fail that.
By other gods.
The fear of God
like
into God.
And then... Molly... Well, Molly. She's Molly.
Molly is Molly.
Yes. And as you can see, she takes a... I can't move my token. What the fuck is this bullshit? No, wait, I think Firefox is starting out.
Uh-oh.
No, it's exploding.
Oh, it's exploding. It's exploding.
Self-destruction.
Because lighting
Self-destruction.
Right. Yeah, lighting's turned on, so of course.
Oops.
No, it's not that. It's just I couldn't grab my token for some strange reasons.
I figured it's because it was leaking shit tons of memory again.
Oh, no, that's okay. I got 64 gigs. Don't worry.
Alright.
It doesn't fucking matter. But so she steps to the side there and just makes a whole cast a little light cantrip above Molly's and just give her a spotlight and just holds her out her arms in presentation of the thick elf.
Oh yeah, no one has ever seen an elf of such an epic stature.
She is a beauty.
Ta-da!
We come from a wonderful, wonderful world.
You can hear a thunk from one side of the room, from the other side of the table.
Nice. Then you started hearing like a few more thunks, thunk, thunk, thunk.
No, you heard clang, clang.
Yeah.
So, as you can see, this is Molly.
Yes, hi. I'm Molly. What are you doing?
Just having fun.
I'm presenting you.
Why? I don't like to be a spectacle. Why are you making them all look at me?
But you're so spectacular.
I don't like to be spectacular.
You're not a spectacle because A, you're not glasses, and you're not twin, so bifocal. So you're singular focal. Okay, this is exactly what we're doing. Single
so she's being telescoped?
Monocled?
Yeah, monocled.
You're all a bunch
but
of
I'm
idiots.
monologuing.
We're retarded, but we're
here,
retarded in a delightful way.
It's
as you can see here, we have this delightful, blonde, voluptuous elf here who handles the healing power of Snackles. I have no idea who she works with, but it's good enough to cast healing.
Yes. I am my group's healer.
So run to her if you get like limbs and shit blown off of you. Stitch that back on straight away, no problem.
Oh yeah, or or reattach it yourself and draw it back here.
I'll fix you up real good.
And then hide behind me if you just want to see what it looks like being stood behind me. Apparently not as fun as the front, though. My ass is flat, grumpa grumpa.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So when do we leave then for, kicking some ledge ass?
Now? Okay, let's go.
No. Not now. No. So, not now. No, not now. She'll look at the Amazon. Not now. She'll look at you guys tomorrow. She'll look at you guys tomorrow. Okay. I know it's a little bit longer to wait, but we need a little bit more time to get the forces in place. This attack won't succeed, or at least not be a lot more difficult, if Hedrah's forces are not pinned down with our own.
Then I have an important question.
Go ahead.
Which tavern has the comfiest, biggest beds? I kind of have requirements.
Oh, she looks a little bit disappointed that you aren't asking a question about the battle plan.
Oh no, I have full confidence in the plan. This is just more practical stuff. Looking for a nice comfy night.
What sort of battle plan do we actually need? We are literally walking weapons of mass destruction. You literally just drop us somewhere and say kill everything within 15 miles. Yeah.
I understand you have a very high opinion of what you can do. We don't know anything about what you can do. We don't know who you are, really.
Okay. Oh, now if Sophie just snaps a finger. Callie, I still have that feathers. I still have the feathers.
Feathers?
Yes.
Feathers?
Remember, we plucked the goose.
Oh right, those things.
I
think they might leave a good impression.
Yeah, right. We seriously need somebody who can work them. So, Mierah, come up, help me out with this.
Yeah, all right, fine. No, like grumble and stand up, and then I'll, I suppose lean down into Sophie's magical bag and just start, comically pulling out this ridiculous feather.
A feather to begin with, the big one, one of the guy feathers. Shimp.
What is that?
It belonged to a very big monster. A castle-sized monster that breathed fire, acid, and ice.
Well, the acid was stomach acid, so that was a little bit gross, though.
That was true. The rest was fire and ice.
Yeah, that we could deal with.
Lightning? I think that was lightning. I forget.
What's it lightning? And honks. Don't forget honks.
Oh, yeah, it did have the honk of death.
Yeah, that was really loud.
Yeah, we can fight castle-sized monsters of doom and destruction. City-ending events. Like, still holding this, like, feather by the root, or, like, slowly sweep it over towards the table to tickle a fairy on the nose with it. The very tip.
Oh. That's a very big feather.
It is a very big feather.
They come from a very big bird?
It came from a fucking massive bird.
Hmm.
I'm thinking that it would be fun to turn it into a comically large quill. And write massive letters with it.
Or
that would be great. I do need a new quill for my office.
What's the word? Tazran. That was not you, the other Taz.
What?
Oh right, yeah. We happen to know the gigantic dragon. We knew him when he was a little guy, like this one, and then I'll point at our Taz.
Yeah, about that size.
You get a bunch of looks.
It was good times.
It's true. Well, you say good times. He did, like, technically run off to go and try and commit a regicide.
Well,
I mean, he didn't know that was technically how that was going to play out, but But now he's a big fucking dragon. Things turned out pretty well for him.
Indeed. What? Yes?
Nothing.
Okay, no worries.
I'll tickle Taz with the fucking giant feather.
Yeah.
The fucking bulletproof feather.
Yep. You see, I feel like shrinking a giant feather quill down into a normal-sized quill kind of steals the point away from it.
Indeed. Well, let's stuff it back until we can find a proper armor.
My miniature giant space hamster feather.
As you're pulling it away, Rebecca plucks some of the feather bits off of it.
Does she even have the fucking strength to pull off a piece?
I'll help her fray a bit out with a sharp claw tip.
Thank you.
Hey,
It's only a little bit. It should be fine.
If you want to speak as Rebecca, go ahead. Go right ahead. I don't think I can do a good job of it. Please.
Do not worry. I know a Rebecca. Well, a young Rebecca.
This is a young Rebecca, not an old lady Rebecca.
Where's my grandkids? No. No, it's just, but yeah, these form a very interesting composition. Very nice, very nice.
Oh my god, you have control over that token.
Wait, really?
Eat shit.
Oh, be damned.
I didn't know I just grabbed her out of habit.
Yeah, controlled by Sophie.
Oh, be damned.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Oops.
Yes, the fucking hereditary controls. This is sweet.
Is anyone else controllable?
I fucking wish. How weird would it be if I just started moving Skezza around? Like, what the fuck?
Oh, it looks like Saladry is controlled by Cadia.
No.
Hey, third, you got Saladry.
Oh, now it's.
You can move her.
Oh dear, what have I done?
Oh, look at that.
Oh, right, you also get.
What have you done?
Oh, that's right. I forgot to introduce these guys. You got.
Yeah, they're like.
Holy shit! Hey, look, Mierah! Look who it is!
Oh! Oh shit! Carista Belmaris! Oh me! Oh fucking my! It's like eyeballs. Mierah intensifies.
Well, this is gonna sound really strange, but when we fucked, you were black.
You fucked the black right out of her.
Oh god.
Oh jeez. That's why Mierah's so tall. She stole it.
Stole it, yeah.
She can now play in the NBA.
Well, time to put some Grey Borkers in this one too. Get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at some point I have to, like, if I'm, like, sat essentially on 2 chairs, I do that thing where I prop one knee up so I can rest an elbow on it, so I'm vaguely approaching head height for Caristra.
Oh man, that was fucking awesome.
I'll be damned!
Crack.
How are you doing? You don't know me, which is kind of a shame.
No, I don't know you.
We had a lot of fun in an alternate dimension.
Quirks and eyebrow. Right,
like,
right.
Shifty eyes around, and then I'll, like, scoot him momentarily closer and be like, especially since I know about the birthmarkers.
She blushes and like looks at you and like in a moment of horror, like how do you know that? How do you?
Also, the thing you can do with your tongue is just settle back to my perch, grinning and tail wagging.
She stares at you.
It was a very, very fun night.
Yeah,
threesome, no less.
I don't.
Let me tell you, I had to
I don't know these people. They know something about me. I don't like this.
Given I had to pick up so much stuff across a city.
Smooth.
Yeah, I'm just sort of like perched in the same position, still like tail wagging away and just grinning to myself. Trust me, it was a lot of fun. If your city ever gets like turned into an underground volcano, make sure you have the naked hot springs still. They were fucking great.
Callie will like pat you on the side, on the hip. Maybe you should avoid blowing their minds a little bit.
I mean, but it's only fair. She blew my mind too.
Which one?
I'm just saying you might put them a little on edge. On edge. As amusing as it is to watch, but
it's so much fun. But alright, I'll behave.
Alright.
And we got Taz, the marksman.
He does a heckin' good gun shoot.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm the best. Ooh.
Indeed. He'll
especially good at killing dead stuff, Deader.
Yeah. The best part about this, if you're not careful, he'll shoot himself straight into your heart.
We'll lean over. Taz, you should flirt with the redhead. It looks like she's into tall, strong people.
I'm getting there, I'm getting there. Unlike some people, I don't, flash it all around in public.
Next you're gonna tell me you have tact. Good one. Your tail is a penis.
Yes, but it's in a sock.
It's like a lantern hood as well.
Yeah.
At least it's not like most settings ones, because Taz would be unconscious all the time, because if you
if
hood
it's
their
a
flame, they go to
lantern
sleep
hood-
like birds.
Wait, question. If it's a lantern hood, is that like a, you know, one of those little, what was it, like, metal car things?
Oh yeah, the
Chastity
shutter.
belts? Yeah.
Eh.
What burns? Something burns, Kina.
Don't worry about it.
I'm sure, yeah. They're only a little bit of fire.
It burns when I pee. God damn it.
Don't worry about the sounds emanating from behind me. But
Well, that makes it worse.
Someone's still going, oh, it burns. Then you hear something Tide Pod, and you're like, oh, okay.
I mean, I have
Your
those in the
roomies,
house.
yeah, your roomies fucking strike me as the kind of people who would undertake that quote-unquote challenge.
Oh no, they wouldn't do that.
What, the Tide
They're
Pod
not
challenge?
retarded.
Yeah, no, they're not. They wouldn't do that. My roommates may be dumb, but they're not retarded.
They may be dumb, but they're not American dumb. They're Canadian.
Is that like
dumb.
when you have spicy food and then there's white guy spicy, which isn't quite spicy?
Yeah.
They're dumb, but they're not American.
White guy spicy is a dash of pepper?
A dash of pepper.
Black pepper.
Yes. Not like the plant pepper, but peppercorn.
That would be even funnier. It's like, oh, I don't know, this pepper's really spicy, just munching the vegetable. The fuck?
He munches a tomato.
This pepper is really spicy.
This tomato is so spicy.
Anyway, I think that is a sufficient enough place to leave off for now.
Yeah.
It is getting late, and we've been going for almost 4 hours.
I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while. It's almost 8. And we started
Well, we did a whole thing, guys. Good job.
Actually, you made progress. You got to your next point of interest, and next session will be the assault.
Delicious.
If we could just pick up, like, at the beginning of the assault, that would be great.
I mean, sure.
Someone to remember to flick Sophie out of FAF mode. Somebody left her in FAF mode.
Yeah, her FAF switches were maximized right then.
Turn off the FAF.
The FAF protocol.
Well, better that than
Fine.
the fat protocol, I
Mierah
guess.
invites Callie, the queen, and the boss to her bed.
Jeez.
See how that goes down.
All right, I'll just settle for Sig and Minerva and Molly. Woe is me.
Grab a nice
Woe is me.
mug of something.